Done two.
I just have a
Hey,
couple flows going.
hey, welcome everybody. We are live. Superflex is live over on Drafters. We will give it a few minutes, less people pop in. Not my normal time. We'll still be live later.
Hmm.
Uh, I actually need to post this in my personal Discord because I forgot. But yeah, so yeah, I've done three of these. There are some major things that are wrong with it right now. One of the things that's wrong is I think they just completely copied the uh, hold on. They completely copied the underdog rankings for the most part and just put it straight over. And that
Interesting.
doesn't work because this is three wide receiver start instead of two. So like the early running back may still be the way to go now, but only go in two, and then the middle of the draft where you need three. So like Cam Scadaboo still goes. He's got like he goes before uh, uh like Jaden Higgins and them like
Hmm.
or Darnell Mooney and like I know Mooney's hurt, but like I think he went before like Jaden Reed or something like in the last one.
Wow.
So like they basically and like all the way down like Ramondre Stevenson was going around Cooper Cup. So I think that that's an advantage to exploit. Um, and yeah, there's some other ADPs that are a little off. Like George Pickens goes like an entire round late, so does Calvin Ridley. So like the middle receivers are all pushed down, and the running backs are pushed up, like it's on underdog. So I wonder if they just carbon copied, or for the most part copied over. So I do think there's a pretty big advantage right now.
Yeah, no, that's interesting, and not just the fact that you're doing three receivers, but this is full point PPR, so receivers in general are getting
Yes.
a bump, and we do need to wait running backs. An underdog, we focus on guys who get touchdowns. That's why Derrick Henry is so great on underdog still, because I don't care his age. If he's getting double digit touchdowns, he's worthy of a first couple round pick in regular format. And still in this, he should go high on underdog in superflex. But in here, he's not going to contribute in the passing game, so he needs to be weighed differently.
Yeah. And I'm going to say hi to the chat. We got Brought here. We got Best Ball on Call. We got Jay Lives. Welcome, everybody. As Brought says, it is a dumpster fire right now. So this is my first draft. And like the research I done, I drafted what goes against it, which is take three early. But I also do believe that the quarterbacks will slowly push up. And Purdy fell 5 spots here, and Nick's fell like 3 spots. So I just think this is incredibly unique by the end of the contest.
Yeah,
And
no, that
and
makes sense.
Bucky goes from 40 to 50 right now, which is wild for somebody catching 40 some balls. So running back. So
Yeah,
like if we
I,
look here, like James Cook goes 68, and then Kenneth Walker goes. Uh, but like this one, it kind of went normal.
mm-hmm.
The other one I done because this will be my third, and Drake May's rated at 34. So the only thing they didn't copy over is Drake May, and I'm happy for that. Uh, so I drafted over here, and I got Darnold at 64. Rich, I wanted to take Richardson so bad here at Calvin Ridley. I decided not to because you do need the third wide receiver, right?
Yeah,
So and quarterback is less valuable than underdog. They're still very valuable.
mm-hmm.
Uh, so I did this. I was kind of going over it with you. So it's kind of weird to see because like this two quarterback build was too reasonably early. These three quarterback builds, second and third, was too early ish, like two in the first 3 rounds, and then one later. Um, and what it looks like for the most part on these builds is that quarterback flexes to secure your floor more than anything else. Like you don't have he got 2 good weeks down here. But then you have this guy who got 3 early quarterbacks and he flexed quarterback 13 times.
Yeah.
And a lot of those are over 20 points. So I don't think it's bad to still get the 3 quarterbacks. I do think that it is more reasonable to go with the non all quarterback builds. Like I think that both are true. The wildest thing is that the first and second place team combined flex tight end more than wide receiver. And if you look at it all the way down, like the third place team, we got one flex of tight end, and then he got 2 wide receivers. And then the fourth place team, there's 1 tight end and
2 tight ends.
two wide receivers. The fifth place team, 1 tight. He had a bunch of quarterback too. He went early quarterbacks as well. He's got 2 tight ends and 1 wide receiver. So like that is very, very interesting that like maybe like even to take away from like a total points contest in general too, that maybe the 3 and 4 tight end late builds are very, very good. Most of those teams had some combination of Cade Otton, Jonnu Smith, and Cade Otton. Like they had like 2 of those plus like a Kittle, Bowers, or somebody else generally, which could just mean that those guys all spiked at the right times too.
Yeah.
No, you don't know, but that's part of the game. Like, so this team, we got 1 tight end and 2 wide receivers. So like, as you see, like tight ends are flexing reasonably more often than you would think, like compared to wide receivers. So, and we can just go look at these top 10 teams from last year too.
Yeah, let's do that. I think that would probably help add context. At least a couple of them.
Yeah. All right. So this was my team that got 77th, and that was my quarterbacks. I took A. Rich over Lamar Jackson, which cost me at minimum 60 points.
Yeah.
And that 60 points puts me to 2,780, which is top 25. So that one mistake cost. So here's the first place team, exactly like I said. And then they went heavy early running back. Or actually, they only took 2 because Chase Brown was not early. Neither was Bucky. But that's an awesome start.
Yeah, no,
it's a very well balanced team. But like I said,
and yeah, they hit the nuts on the tight ends also.
And you hit the nuts on the tight ends.
Jonnu as your backups to Kittle.
Yeah, and that was for all the week. This is just on week 17 right now. You could toggle through each one. So, second place team, actually a reasonably late tight end or a quarterback. So Burrow, Stafford, May, and they only did quarterback 7 times at the flex as well. But he went very heavy running back, and he still only hit running back at flex 6 times. And and that's a very good receiver room.
Yeah, especially with going so heavy at quarterback and at running back.
Yeah. Like he hit all of it. He hit QJ, he hit Mooney, he hit Palmer. Palmer was not really that good, but Sutton was pretty late.
And both vastly outplayed their ADPs.
Yeah. And then Wolf here. By the way, we got Mikey Boy G, who might be in the chat at some point. He got 7th in this. Deshaun Watson. Joe Burrow, Herbert, and Watson. Then Connor was underpriced last year. We all knew that. But yeah, like he went 4 tight ends, by the way, and he still only, like, what's weird is he only flexed tight end. Is that the 4th place team?
Yeah,
he only flexed tight end twice.
Yeah.
So like
I think that is the risk with going heavy tight end. And, you know, and I don't know how well he understood like the Higbee injury because he was only going to play a couple weeks to begin with.
Yeah. So like he basically went 3 tight ends. And then winning time here. He got the super awesome value on Darnold.
Darnold and Nix were both late quarterbacks. That is tremendous.
Yeah. He must have not hit anything at wide. Like this Jonathan Brooks completely killed
he
a
did
bunch of my
Hubbard,
teams.
But still, that's
and Lauby. This looks like This looks like I drafted it. Like to be honest, this is what like this had so much potential, and Shipley just never got a run.
Yeah, 3 duds on.
He got 3 absolute duds. He only had 3 running backs effectively for the entire season.
Wow,
I'm expecting awesome receivers.
Yep.
Pretty awesome.
And Judy, geez.
Yeah. So now
who are his tight ends? Just curious. McBride
Bowers. McBride Bowers. Okay. Like talk about like just having one section just completely destroy your team.
I mean,
like this is the best team we've seen by far.
Yeah,
like overall, like yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is a good team. Winning time knows what he's doing. Apparently, old Marky Mark here. The late Gardner Minshew, Baker, Herbert, 2 early running backs, and then a bunch of shots.
Yeah, I mean, hit on a couple.
Yeah, like Bigsby was a hit because he played.
Bigsby was a hit. J.K. Dobbins and Hubbard were big hits.
Yeah. CD, Jefferson, Lamb, Godwin was a smash for the beginning of the season. Lad, Lad started working. Like he started being good as soon as Godwin was gone. So like it kind of replaced each other.
If Godwin didn't get injured, that team could have been number 1.
Yeah,
because
then Bowers, Freiermuth. Yeah, Freiermuth was underrated.
He was a top 10 tight end.
Yeah. And then here's our boy, Mikey Boy G. Burrow, Stafford, May. Just solid. Barkley, Jacobs, Kamara, Bucky. Like, that is awesome. That is so good. Chase, Ridley, JSN, JMO. And then if he had any depth there, A.T., Perry, Whittington, Mitchell, Dotson, Cooks. Like Cooks probably started a couple games, but he essentially only had 4 wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
And then McBride, Henry, and Chig. Like that's a solid wide tight end room too.
Yeah. No, one interesting thing, and look, only Kittle was going in the top like 10 rounds, but every one of these teams has an elite tight end. Bowers, McBride, or Kittle, I believe.
Every one of them has, and I do think that's a big difference for total points as well. That you probably do need one of the better tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to try to do is make sure I get somebody before like Tucker or at Tucker Craft, Loveland or above, because I think at like Loveland, like I don't consider Dalton Kincaid as somebody who could be tight end like top 3.
Yeah.
Like I think Loveland, Kraft, Tyler Warren, and Njoku all could get up there. I think it's incredibly likely? Not really, but can I see that vision? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon, Kyron, and then he hit on Brown, and he only had 3 running backs. So the main thing looking through these top 8 teams, and we'll look at this guy had 4 quarterbacks, right? Was it him? One of them had. No, okay. But the main thing looking through this is you don't have to be perfect. Yeah. And the hits absolutely matter more than misses. And that is true in every form of best ball.
No, that's always a great point. And speaking of total points, like, and I know this is underdog, but in underdog marathon, last year. Meg finished 138th, and she'd like 5 just total duds on her team, but still finished 138th. So it just shows like, you fix 1 or 2 of those, that team could be top 20, just like you said, if you'd taken Jackson over Richardson, or honestly, like there are quarterbacks going after Richardson and Jackson you could have taken, that would have been obviously more preferable. And mine, like I finished 60th in this last year, and I just had massive duds on that team also. And it's
we could look at my team since we're here too. Who were your duds though?
I looked at it the other day. I can't remember. If you want to bring it up, we can go through it. I mean,
we could do that too. Like I like doing this before a draft as well.
Yeah.
Like it's nice to talk through it without doing a draft. Like I would like to get into a little more content like that, like actual discussion of stuff versus just pure drafting. I do kind of like it, and I learn a lot.
Yeah.
So my team, Rich, like we could just look at the draft board, and then it's even more sad when you look at the draft board. You look at the draft board and you feel even worse. Like if you ever want to feel worse, just click at the draft board. Because we got Anthony Richardson here at 4. So what happened here is I loved Anthony Richardson last year, but I was getting a few, like I hadn't, like I was only doing 11 of them, and it was one of my last one, or I wanted to make sure I had a Anthony Richardson share. So I just took him in one of my drafts just to make sure, because I knew I was going to do a limited amount. And I had Lamar ahead of him, but I just did that, and then that cost me. But Breece Hall was a loss last year. Like that was a bad pick.
Yeah.
As well. And then Gibbs, and then like I hit the nuts at receiver. Neighbors, Higgins, Brian Thomas, Jamison Williams, and then Mike Williams. But the anti-nuts. Josh Downs, which was really good. And Jalen Tolbert had some weeks, and people forget about it. And the weird thing is, I only took 2 quarterbacks, essentially, because I handcuffed Richardson with Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, you got some of the best, Jameis Winston also, but the best 20th round points, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about for underdog, right?
Yeah, handcuffing it can be a huge advantage.
And Joe Flacco is going in like round 12 right now, I think, in this currently.
Yeah.
That's a steal if he's going to start 7-8 games.
Oh, for sure. Especially in this contest versus the playoff format, because especially if you have like other quarterbacks with early buys, like week 5 and 6 buys, or even 7, because I could see him starting half the year. And then even if not, like the chances are that he'll hit your Superflex a couple times.
Right. Especially if you build like this. Like if you build like this where you just take 2 and then push. And I think that's a lot more doable than it is an underdog, because because of the full PPR, right? Like if you add the T Higgins in here versus the Sam Darnold, right?
Yeah.
Like it gives your floor for your wide receiver room a lot higher. Like it does multiple things. So like the chart that I have doesn't really show the whole story, right? Because it doesn't show that like when you take T Higgins over Sam Darnold, that your floor at wide receiver is much higher now.
Yeah.
So like you get more points there as well. So like, yes, you're going to flex the higher quarterback more often, and you're going to get points back there, but it does even out to some degree. And it kind of comes down to making sure you have some semblance of a reasonable roster construction with just hitting the right players. So like, but I think it like in underdog, like the 4 points for touchdown and half point PPR, like that massively weights the value of quarterbacks being able to start too.
Yeah, and I would use in underdog, and I think with full point PPR maybe changed it slightly, but I'd use like the 15-point barometer for quarterbacks versus position players and only 11 running backs in half-point PPR, 6 receivers in half-point PPR average 15 points or better, but you had 20-some quarterbacks, you know, so it's like any quarterback is going to average that, you know, so and guys just hit it consistently, like Aaron Rodgers, who you have here. He had 11 or 12 games of 15 or more points. So you're just getting that every time. Now here with full point PPR, there's going to be more receivers who get to that threshold, a few more running backs. So it's slightly different, but still with having to start 3 receivers, is your 4th receiver going to be consistently? And I think that goes back to why even tight ends are hitting the flex.
Yep. And like, I think you can take a lot of the things that we're talking about here over into like why people love wide receiver, like the early wide receivers so much like this. Like, it's because you have to start 3. Like on Underdog in Superflex, you only have to start 2. So it's a much, much different conversation. And like wide receiver definitely feels like it dies off more than the other positions too. Like I think at a certain point, like basically when like Trey Harris, Bateman, all those guys are gone, it starts to feel pretty bad. Like there's some guys we like down there. Like I like QJ. I don't mind Thielen. Hollywood if I need to, some Douglas, or like there's some guys like but you don't want to have to rely on those guys. You want those guys to give you a couple weeks, you know?
Well, and that's the thing, like those guys, most of those guys, kind of like you said, after that cutoff in the we'll just say 130. There's, we both like a few guys who probably should be in more of the 130 mix or above. But after that, you know, what's the difference between Wan'Dale Robinson and Pop Douglas? What's the difference, or Ray McLeod even? You know, what's the difference between, you know, Tolbert, Slayton, or like Xavier Legette, who goes 50 picks ahead of Slayton and 70 picks ahead of Tolbert, you know, like those guys have actually done it.
Right.
So that's why I typically, you know, outside of some detours to like Tillman, Dubs a little bit, and Thielen and a little QJ, I'm just not taking receivers in that area because I can get roughly a similar profile 40, 50 picks later as my 6th and 7th receivers.
You want to bring up your team real quick?
Do you want to just bring it up on your screen here instead of me? Because you could just look for me at 60, right?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of switching over.
I totally forgot that that's a thing. So history, that's way easier.
So I believe it was 60th. Yeah.
We'll go to draft since it feels better.
Does it?
We just learned that lesson. Hey, you got the 10 shocker, Superflex. You got the 101. Look at that. That's the whole reason you had me bring it up, isn't it?
I didn't even remember that I got that in there.
Yeah, so he goes Josh Allen, Tua, and Baker.
Yeah. So I mean, Tua obviously could have done more, but I hit the quarterbacks.
Yeah, you hit the like 2 of the top 5 quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
Henry was a smash. Zach Moss was not a smash. Neither was Elliott. Like, man, you are right. You missed.
Yeah, I totally missed. I did. I mean, I did get Bucky Irving late, which saved me.
And Garendo had a couple really big weeks.
Yeah, and even Justice Hill.
And Hill did too. But you hit the Jonnu Smith bag.
Yeah,
and that was like the one thing I noticed about all of them is they all had either Jonnu Smith or Kate Otten or Gesicki on it.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
Why is this not going up now? I don't know, but it was being weird. I think, but like your wide receivers were solid. You also had Brandon Cooks actually had a couple okay weeks. Like, I mean, like people hate him, but yes, he's old, and he wasn't great last year. And like as a talent, he's not what he was, but he is serviceable. So this is the team that I've complained about a bunch. That I was top 7 for a while. I had Dak, Baker Mayfield. That was it.
Yeah.
Achane, Henry, James Cook, the big miss on Brooks, Bigsby, and Carson Steele. Look at this. Tank Dell and Chris Godwin.
Yeah, Chris Godwin was on my team as well. That was such a killer for
CeeDee Lamb, who also missed several weeks, like the last 3, right? Godwin missed a bunch. I hit Mooney, Tolbert, McMillan. Demarcus Robinson had like 2 27-point weeks. Devontae Walker. And then I did the same thing. I had the elite tight end with Taysom Hill, who also got hurt. So I had a lot of injuries on this team.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it is Dak Prescott got hurt week 10, and Baker Mayfield's bye was week 11.
Yeah.
So like I lost 20 points probably right there. So like all of those things went wrong. I still finished 222nd. So I'm assuming that there's a fresh lobby now. Nope. Are we wanting to like? Okay, yeah, there is. I am entering the lobby now. Anybody who wants in, jump on in. But yeah, like as Cooler says, it's very interesting to see the roster differences. And to think through it also, because like it makes sense why. And it makes sense why you don't see the wide receiver flex at all. Which kind of makes you like I will probably have some teams where I punt wide receiver to a degree. And I try to go like 4 decent running backs deep and then kind of go like a hyper fragile and hopefully flex either quarterback or RB.
Yeah. The interesting thing is because you would think in this format, even competing versus quarterbacks, you know, a 4th receiver drafted is going to hit the flex a reasonable amount. But still, you know, these top teams and even some of our teams. Now, my team was definitely more wide receiver heavy. And so
mine was too.
I'm sure like times where my quarterbacks weren't hitting the super flex, I'm sure it was the wide receiver. But just shows you could compete with running backs and tight ends doing it, which is wild. And then on underdog, people still draft the same way. Yeah. And if anything, that should point more towards like taking running backs on underdog.
Yeah. And I went ahead like that one. I took Bijan. Like, I think the one thing I will say on this specifically, and maybe you'll argue, I think it is arguable to be able to take Jamar Chase over Joe Burrow in this. I think that I don't think I would do it with anyone else, but I do think that I'm probably going to put Chase over Burrow unless it's 100% drafted the other way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair.
And I think it's a feel thing, I think.
Yeah.
As well.
No, I think that's fair. Just because you know, the guy who finishes, and whether it's Chase this year, whether it's Lamb, you know, whoever finishes wide receiver 1 will be comparable to just about any quarterback. Yes. So now,
especially if they do like if they separate like Chase did.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like there's a world where we have 3 wide receiver 1s that finishes 17 points a game, and you just needed one of those 3.
Yeah.
There is a world where that happens. And then it more comes down to like, did Burrow separate from Kyler Murray by X amount?
Yeah.
Versus like the amount that the wide receiver you would have got in the next round or the running back, you know, right?
No, I like I said, I've only done a couple of slows so far. I've only been up on one of my picks so far in the first round, and I think it was pick 7. And so Chase and the top 5 quarterbacks, and I think Bijan were gone. And so I took Lamb because for that reason, like I'm going to take him over Mahomes. I'm going to take him over Baker.
I still have Bijan. I think I'm I just moved Bijan to 102 in all formats. I like with the Jefferson slight scare, like I'm not really moving him down, but like
Yeah.
I do think that it's more defensible to, and the Tyler Guyton thing, like that could have been an absolute disaster for all of Dallas.
No, yes.
Like when I seen that, I was like, I was just fearful for Hartman and his 20 some percent CD Lamb bags. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not great. Like we seen in Kansas City last year, like what happens when your quarterback just never has time. Like
Yep.
it doesn't matter how good your weapons are.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they're, not healthy or whatever, but like it doesn't matter. Like if you cannot have enough time to pass the ball.
No,
So,
I completely agree. That's a big one, and just also like the line is not what it was 3 years ago. They really need really need Tyler Guyton to step in and be a big leader.
A little offensive line talk. Did you see the Justin Simmons thing today?
He's practicing.
Yeah, and throwing punches at teammates.
Oh no, I missed that.
Yeah, he's already out there firing off. Apparently, as long as he's doing it in practice and not a game, like that's fine. Like as long as he doesn't get suspended for it, you know, like that's fine. But to see him out there actually playing, like he pretty much pushed the guy all the way off the field, like so. And then the guy like shoved him a little late, and he just swung at him. It's like, come on, you know. But just don't do that in the game, please.
Yeah, well, it's good.
We already have Jawan Taylor out there doing everything wrong. I think that's his name, right? Like,
yeah,
Jawan Taylor. Like he can't line up correctly. When he does line up correctly, he holds every play. Like we don't need you out there swinging at people. Like we've already got the problem. We need some solution.
Yeah, no, they Chiefs definitely need their offensive line to stabilize this year.
Yeah, I agree with this. Fighting in camp is bullish, right? Like as long as it doesn't turn into like a hatred thing. Like it's they get mad at the moment and then it's kind of a done thing. Like they're competitors. They're gonna be fiery. They know that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of like like where I work. Like there's gonna be some times where you're gonna disagree with people. You just don't let it affect you the next day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No.
Facts.
Yes. That was what a crazy ass story.
Like the videos that came up later, like I forgot all about the Josh Allen thing.
Yeah.
And like I'm pretty sure it kind of got like it popped up for a second and then it got swept under somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's there's a lot of things there.
Not gonna be tolerated.
No, like that's like I've seen a lot of people get cut for a lot of things. That's a first.
Yeah, especially when you're one of the highest paid defenders in the league.
What do you think about the Bucks sending home the 424-pound guy because he was too big to play? Like, didn't they draft it? Like, didn't they drafted him, right?
That?
Yeah, didn't they know that? Like, he has to sign. Like, did he gain? He said he lost 25 pounds since the draft.
That's what I thought I heard, and they like had him in rookie camp and stuff like that. Like, I was very confused.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was a UFA. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like if he was a UFA. That's one thing. I just know that happened. And by the way, we are in a Superflex $10 over on Drafters. If you are new to Drafters, you can use my promo code Who for a 100% deposit match up to $100. I believe Steve also has a deposit code. You can use his too. I don't care.
No,
Just
use
get your free money. You know, like just get your money. Christian Wilkins refused to get surgery on a fractured foot. Oh,
I mean, there was that, or that was the
nice.
reason they gave, but yeah, then all that other stuff came out.
Yeah, like if he's not, like, if he wasn't playing because of the foot thing, and then he did that like while he wasn't playing, like that's a pretty good reason to, like, why are you even out there messing with your teammates, like, in the first place?
No.
So yeah, it's a definitely a different situation.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, back to like the Superflex for drafters. I was thinking that, like, you could just go wide receiver heavy. But then, like, whenever I looked at the top 10 teams, I'm like, maybe it just helps your floor. Like, and it actually just, like, I was thinking maybe you'd be able to get a bunch of wide receivers to flex all the time. And on my team, that's what happened. Whenever I was looking for my team, I flexed wide receiver a bunch, but I also had a 0 in Anthony Richardson for half the year. And so Joe Flacco wasn't very good either, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of had to flex something.
Yeah.
So, but my wide receivers were really good. So like very good. Like Demarcus Robinson was one of the better picks in full PP, like in total points you could have, because he was absolutely free, and you got him so late. Like, and you got 2 gigantic weeks, and
and
like
then,
the bigger the spike, the more it's worth, right?
absolutely. And then he probably had a couple more usable weeks other than that, like particularly covering for injuries, buys, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, he was, and it's in a way you're still like touchdown hunting, but like you said, these total points, it just matters so much more because Demarcus Robinson did that early midpoint in the year, when Kupp was injured, when Puka was injured. He wasn't doing it in the playoff week. So I had on Underdog, I had multiple Demarcus Robinson teams. I got to the playoffs, but then he was like a total 0 then, which is fine because he was an 18th rounder there as well. But here it just helps you. It helps your bottom line.
We got Hartman in at the 101. We got Broad at the 8. We got Coolers at the 6. We got the 10. Smarmy may be in here, may not. I know that they frequent drafters. But if you are here, welcome. And good luck. So I do think that there is like the same exact major advantage for the top 4 picks.
Yeah.
I think it's top 4 and not top 5.
Yeah, I think
here.
I do agree. Like, I'd probably move Chase above Burrow, but I'd still probably take Burrow kind of neck. Like, I think Burrow should at least go by 8.
Yeah. I just think that Chase, like, if their defense is going to be not good, and that offense is going to cook, and it's going to cook through Jamar Chase a lot. So I think that, yes, you get all the Burrow points, and you kind of get part of that with Chase, but like the amount of separation Chase can have in a single week, like Chase is a spike week god. Like, when he spikes, it is like, he doesn't have a lot of bad games, but when he goes off, he absolutely goes off, and it's been that way all 3 years, right?
Yeah.
So like I think it's pretty hard to argue that he's the 101, and at this point, like last year, I think it was pretty fair, like, to argue Jefferson or Tyreek or CD.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, I think that it's to the point you can't really argue it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's the best odds to be the top receiver again. I think there's obviously a chance, like CD in particular. I think even over Jefferson, just with the veteran quarterback and all that. But that's about it. Like I don't think many other receivers are in the mix. Even like the Pukas, Neighbors, Londons, all those guys. I think it'd be so tough for them to crack the top 2 even.
Yeah, I think that like that's my problem with Amon-Ra. I don't see him getting top 3.
Yeah.
Do I think he could easily be top 5, like right at 5, 6, 7, which he kind of finishes out all the time.
Yep.
But I have a really hard time taking that capital. Like I could see Brian Tall. I could see Drake London or Ladd before him going all the way up there.
Yeah.
For myself. And that's been my argument against him. But for like Eliminator, I love it. I love that his pick. So I think I know what you want to do here.
I think, I mean, honestly, I think it could be either one.
Yeah.
Gibbs
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
yeah.
one of the 2 wide receivers, right?
Well, actually, I think Gibbs, because this is full point PPR and he gets a lot of his points in the passing game. But I'd probably lean Lamb. But yeah, I think Gibbs is very defensible here. He takes them, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I do agree with that. And based on what I've seen, I think I like taking 1 elite wide receiver and 1 elite running back, and then tapping the quarterbacks in the next round on drafters. Especially with Drake May going on. Like, we're not going to get Drake May because Brott's in here. And he knows ball. And Coolers is in here, and he knows ball. And Stooge may just take him at 25. But if you look, I'm going to try to not overtake Drake May right now because I don't want his ADP to skyrocket because it's at 34. So, like, I didn't take him in my first draft at 28 because I wanted to preserve some ADP value for doing this for the next couple of days. I would like to get him in this area some. And I think you can build the absolute best teams being in the middle of the board right now. Genty or Neighbors? Do we want to just go double up and?
Yeah, let's do Neighbors.
Let's do Neighbors. I think that sounds fun.
Yeah. No, and I will say, again, this format, like guys like Amon-Ra, who could, even if his touchdowns go down a little bit, still think he can just be peppered with targets.
Yes. And it's a major difference in full PPR versus half point as well, like with him specifically. And Neighbors, like we could have the number 1 and 2 in targets this year.
Yeah.
Like that's why I was like, maybe we just take Neighbors. Like I do think that like, and now we can just push wide receiver 3 for a while.
I agree. I think because we got 2 guys that we can count on, each should give us 11, 13 usable weeks, somewhere in that range, like good weeks with a couple major spikes.
That's a bias to you, I guess.
I'm fine with that because I couldn't see the turns, either one of the turns what they were doing. So it's actually a little, I'm fine with it.
That look better?
Yeah.
It'll only block you half the time. When people are very wordy, it'll block you. So if you don't like Steve, put long comments in.
And if I'm not commenting, you won't get it as wordy comment.
If I take May, it's basically like having 2 jobs. I don't disagree. I did it all the time in the underdog stuff. I would not blame you. I'm just personally going to not be the guy to ruin the ADP.
I always forget that Hartman's FF Stooge on this.
I remembered because he got in one of my other ones on the $3. And I was like, oh yeah, that's Hartman. Unpopular opinion, but Lions offensive weapons are going to disappoint in season. No, I agree. I'm pretty out on, I'm slightly underweight on Gibbs. I think the offensive line stuff is really bad there. Like, I really think that the Zeitler loss is huge. And I also think that the retirement of Ragnow is way bigger. And the guy they drafted to replace Zeitler now has to move in to play center, which he's never done, correct?
I don't believe so.
So like I'm not saying it absolutely will not work out. It's just it's a scary situation. But I also thought the same thing with Jason Kelsey leaving last year and Cam Jerkins coming in, and that did not matter
Well, and
at
and
all.
I'll just
Like,
give an example. I thought one of the reasons I was a little down, I was slightly underweight on Jaden last year, was I thought the Commanders were going to have one of the worst offensive lines in the league. They had Sam Cosmi, Tali Biotish, and Bust. Like, and yet they came together to be one of the better units. So
yeah,
sometimes coaching matters quite a bit.
I think we're both Herbert.
Yeah.
I'm Herbert. Like, I'm actually Herbert over probably even Caleb Williams. Maybe not Dak, but definitely Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
I do think I like him more than Dak. Not on this team. Thanks, Brat.
Yeah. FJ
But
took May, Brat took Dak. When it got to the turn, I was like, ooh, we maybe get one of these two.
I mean, Dak, I think, was the one we wanted the most. There.
That's the one we wanted the most. But if
Yeah.
May was
And
there,
I
and
actually
Dak
think
was,
that's a good point. Like, if you bring Lamb up too, like maybe you could bring Lamb up above Burrow to make sure you get the like. I think you could almost guarantee the Prescott stack if you do that. So maybe pulling Lamb up to the 6th spot is defensible if you want to stack.
Yeah, no, I don't hate it. I don't hate Lamb over any of those running backs. Also,
Yeah, and like, especially like in full PPR, like Bijan had like more receptions than people think. What do you want to do here?
I think we go quarterback. I feel like it could get super thin.
Which one?
I would go Penix, I think.
Sounds good to me. Yeah. I'm a believer that the Chargers are going to have a much improved offense, that the Panthers are going to have a much improved offense, and that the Falcons are going to have a much improved offense this year. I think that those 3 teams are going to be and the Titans. I think those 4 teams like are the teams that are kind of the I want some pieces of, because I think that they've done things in the right way to build a good franchise.
No, I'm with you on all those. I mean, the Falcons, we obviously saw glimpses last year when Cousins was semi-healthy. He had that run kind of in the middle of the year. I mean, hell, even early, he beat the Eagles. Not many teams could say that last year. But, that when that offense was even 80% clicking, it looked so good, and did a little bit with Cousins, and then the very end with Penix, last game. There's a lot of potential. Zach Robinson coming from the McVay tree, assuming Mooney's fine. Their weapons are really strong. I know they lost Dahlman on the offensive line, but I think overall it's a good unit. And I think Michael Penix, I mean, he is such a strong arm, absolute cannon for an arm.
And the more I think about like the Washington year, like I was not in on Penix at all coming out because I thought he was a product of the system. Like they had 3 wide receivers drafted, and they had 4 offensive linemen drafted in the first 3 rounds or something.
At
Like
least 3.
they had 2 or 3, like they had 3 or 4 drafted for sure.
Yeah.
I know 2 of them went in like the first round.
Yeah.
Or the first, and then there was another one that went in like round 2 or 3 for sure. I think the 4th one was drafted as well. And I'm like,
I think there was a 4th drafted, but I think that was later. But still, like that's impressive.
Like, yeah, that is a insane. Like, and I'm like, maybe he's just a product of that system and all the talent around there. And I kind of thought that maybe he wasn't going to be that good because of that. So I was wrong. Like I know it's early to say if I'm right or wrong on that for sure, right? But like I'm willing to admit that maybe like after watching what all those other receivers have done once they come into the NFL, like the whole maybe he's just a talent elevator thing is very fair.
Yeah. And no, I just think there's a lot of potential to his game, and he obviously had the landing spot where he didn't get the chance. But to me, look at Bo Nix, he was able to start right away, and he showed like being in college and having all those reps, he was ready to go. And I think Penix will be as well.
That's a very good point to Hartman there. Uh, Superflex draft shows the real gap between Bucky and JT. I mean, I I do kind of agree that like overall, like in a full PPR, there is a big gap, but I mean
Yeah.
they're completely different games. So I think we just write out these two quarterbacks and take one of these running backs. What do you think? Because like we're just looking at those
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Uh,
I would go Cook, James
Cook
Cook.
over
Yeah.
Brees.
I just think the offense is better. There's going to be more touchdown opportunities. It does sound like Brees could be sharing the workload with Braylon Allen.
Yep. And Bowers and Kittle or McBride are both gone. So yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. What's up, Gamble? Uh, he says hi to you, Steve. What's up, Mufasa? Yeah, we're gonna do a longer stream today. We are celebrating more Superflex. We both love Superflex, so uh, we are here and we're talking a little bit about the differences in the contest. What would you think about grabbing Kittle if he comes back around?
I
Or
think
would
Kittle
you?
makes sense. I think that or a running back.
Oh yeah, so that's actually right. Like, okay, so what I've noticed, and this group's probably not going to do the same thing, but in the other lobbies, taking the extra running back here, getting to two, like I will scroll down the ADP. Like I think it could
Yeah.
be one of those two for full PPR. I
Yeah.
don't think Chuba matters as much. Uh,
I would go Kamara. I mean, he just gets
I,
so
I
many
I think I agree. So like if we scroll down here, you'll start to see it. So like we got Travion and Harvey, and
Mhm.
then you got DK Metcalf, Xavier Worthy, Devonta Smith,
Yeah.
and then you got Hunter, Cortland Sutton,
Yeah.
Zay
Not
Flowers,
making sense.
and because it does look like they just took the ADPs because Daniel Jones and Richardson are at the same ADPs they were in underdog at the end, right?
Mm.
And like Demont was around there, Swift and Shuck about the same, and then you go down to 120. Uh, Dart go already? Okay, they moved Dart down, but you got Steph Diggs at 116, Golden down there next to Dobbins, Tracy, and Scadaboo.
Yeah. Going
Like
below them makes zero sense.
so like in this contest specifically, like for those of you who want to do drafts not on stream with me, uh, like attack that because that is something that is going to probably change.
Yeah.
So,
I
like,
have to
while
imagine.
you're not on streams or in different things, I would attack that because I believe they just ripped the like mostly the ending ADP from Underdog and moved it over. And this in this format, you actually, I will hit the league button here. Settings, right? Yeah. So in this, you start three wide receivers with one super
Mhm.
flex, one tight end, and in Underdog, you only did two wide receivers with a super flex.
And a
Like they
full.
just so
Yeah.
you start one more total player as well.
No, you start the same. It's just they replaced the flex with the super. They made the flex on this super flex, and in underdog they took the receiver for the super flex.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's actually that's I missed that. I forgot about that from last season. So yeah, so that's actually something else. That's a good point. Um, loading now, loading. Please wait. But yeah, like so that's another reason to not go super deep at a position.
Yeah.
Like just fill out your roster. Like that may be true. Like in this specifically, just draft your two quarterbacks. Assume you're gonna flex the quarterback, and then just build out a starting roster. Maybe because like one of the reasons people go deep at a position on all the other sites is because you can flex any position.
Hmm.
So like I would guess maybe just filling out your starting roster every time may actually just be a slight advantage then. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I still
It's a
think
thought.
I still think having 3 quarterbacks can be good. I
Yes.
just think the fact that they in this one, instead of taking a receiver position away and making it the super flex like underdog did, them taking the flex position away, it just means that now, kind of like you said at the start, like quarterback for a couple of the teams in the top 10 was just like a floor play flex, super flex. And that's what it's increased your floor to hit your flex. It's still a flex, could still be a fourth receiver, could still be a third running back, but they now have to beat a flex of even an average-ish quarterback is going to hit 15 points most weeks.
Yeah, I really wanted Anthony Richardson. What do you think? He's looking like he's going to start.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's definitely worth it in Superflex because it increases you have 2 outs at it where even if and for total points where if you only start 6 games, that's 6 games.
Well, we also have one of the quarterbacks with by week 5.
Yeah.
And if he starts the season, I don't see him being benched by week 6 or by week 5.
Yeah.
So I think that like if we had Herbert and I guess Stroud, who's weak, I guess he's early too. Yeah, I don't know. Like, but if we had like Dak and Herbert, like week 10 and week 12, I still probably like the pick, but I like it less.
Yeah. No, but just in this again goes to the difference in total points. Any week that he gives us, whether it's early, in underdog, you're still betting like, is he going to be there in the playoff weeks? And if not, his value is just less to you. Like because we know Russell Wilson starting, but nobody's wanting to take him.
Right. What do you want? Do you want secure the third running back, or you want to go?
I think secure the third running back.
All right.
Swift, like? Caleb.
I don't get to a whole lot of Swift.
Okay. I mean, he should have the passing role.
Yeah, and I do think that in PPR, Swift should definitely be above Caleb.
Yeah. No, and I think he probably should be above Monty also.
Yeah. Which Monty actually catches more balls than people think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had 36 receptions, which is not nothing. Like, that's a reasonable amount. But, like, is it enough to, like, move him up in rankings? No, but he's what do you think about so there's a couple other players that Brought knows about, but there are some ADPs that are way off right now here. I will put one in the private chat here in a second whenever I figure out what I'm doing again. Where in the world? There it is. So like this guy right here is like way underrated right now because they're using those old rankings.
Yeah.
And I would not mind getting him, but I believe Brought will probably take him, and he probably already knows who I'm talking about. Because I was actually in a voice call. We were just kind of chit-chatting, drafting one. If you see somebody in this room, 2 people, Brought has 17. He queued up 7 of them as soon as it launched, I think.
Wow.
He may have a problem. Bestball Degens Unite. Like, come on.
I love it.
Well, he also can't play an underdog because he's over Ontario, I think it is, that where Big Draft Energy is from. And by the way, shout out to Big Draft Energy. Can't respond drafting. Can't respond drafting.
Sure, he's multiple.
And Seth here Seth has 16. So like, and I feel like, and I'm kind of like way above. Like this guy's got 6, so he's probably been doing 2 at a time.
Yeah,
but it's all
at what 12:30, something like that.
Yeah. He's only in 4 right now. Leave him alone. He's calmed down. He's calmed down. Adrenaline rush is over. So, yeah, I mean, as you were just saying earlier, Russell Wilson at this point is an awesome pick.
Yeah, like guys like Wilson and Flacco have so much more value in this format.
By the way, Flacco goes at 138. Like, so he goes 2 rounds later.
Yeah.
I was saying that so Coolers could possibly take him if he wanted. And I kind of wanted Dart, but Dart went before. Like, or is Dart still there? Oh, Dart is there. Maybe we shouldn't have taken Richardson, but that's fine. I like the upside.
Here's the thing: it kind of comes down to who starts more games. Like, because if Dart only starts 3 or 4 games, Richardson starts 6, that's considerably more valuable.
So we could take one of these tight ends, or I think we take one of these wide receivers, and then I'm assuming that a tight end that we like will come back around.
Yeah. Because at least one of the guys has a tight end already.
I wanted Addison, but
okay.
What do you like? Do you like Shakir? Like, I don't mind Shakir as much in full PPR.
Honestly, I'd pull up Diggs. I just think Diggs is.
You talked me into it. I moved Diggs to like 64 in my underdog rankings.
Yeah.
I'm finally like, you know what? I'm done with it. I'm done screwing around. I pulled him up to 64, and I pulled Pearsall up to 65.
Yeah.
I'm there. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going to take it that way every single time. So we could just take Jacoby Myers here, secure the floor a little bit, or take one of these.
I don't mind Evan Ingram. I mean, he could have, especially in full point PPR, just.
Yeah, and like if I'm wrong on Pat Bryant, it's bad for me, but like that's good for Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
Because like I do think, well, my whole thing with Bryant is I think he'll be the one on the field in the red zone, right?
Yeah.
But he's not going to replace Evan Ingram's role, who is also going to be there. And Ingram is a good enough blocker to stay on the field in the red zone. Right.
Yeah, no. And like people knock him for his last, like with the Jags 2 years ago, like what do you have, like 130 targets or something, and didn't do much. But again, Lawrence was getting banged up at the end of the year. Like everything was going wrong these last 2 years for the Jags. So
yeah,
I just think we've just consistently seen him used at a decent rate. I know he's older, but the Broncos went out and paid him money for a reason. I just think he's going to be highly utilized in this offense.
Yeah, I agree. And like I couldn't really think of a better team for him to have went to. Like honestly, like just brainstorming, like it's like I don't know what situation unless it was the Bears with Ben Johnson. Like that would have been the only one. I'd be like, well, maybe that's a better situation. But like I trust Bo Nix more than Caleb Williams. Like Caleb Williams does have a higher ceiling, but like if you're talking about like for the pass catchers, who's like going to definitely be a solid quarterback, it's Bo Nix. Like you don't have to worry that he's going to be fine. You do have to worry that Caleb Williams could just take more sacks and not learn again.
Well, and also he's learning a new offense. Bo Nix is in the second year in this offense. He's got. We believe the Caleb Williams offensive line is going to be really good this year, but it's 3 new guys. It's 2 tackles who have been up and down. We know the Broncos have like a top 5 offensive line, so.
Yeah. And as Hartman says, Evan Ingram is a lot better in full PPR.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so this is the point to where like you see these names and Travis Etienne needs to be nowhere near here, but you can still get Cooper Kupp versus Tracy and Dobbins. Like I'm not big on Kupp, but I'll take Kupp and Higgins over J.K. Dobbins and Najee Harris. Like, and I kind of like J.K. Dobbins this year. So like that's the problem with going the heavy or wide receivers in this is that yes, you can flex your awesome wide receiver because he's going to flex and like probably like Ray or Rasheed Rice, wide receiver 5. Like you're going to flex wide receiver quite a bit.
Yeah.
But you look at like you're taking J.K. Dobbins when we're taking Rashad Bateman, which I guess is the same. But Cooper Kupp, like Higgins was still on the board there. Like there's no way I'm ever taking Dobbins over Higgins. Like even if I'm structurally bound. Like I'm probably just gonna ignore the structural bounds and just take it anyway.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Like
And
yeah, like there's a point that that the talent is just too much better to not and you can always make it up at the end. I kind of like Shahid here.
I go Shahid.
All right. You get that giant spike week upside there. He supposedly looks pretty good in the camp right now. So
I'm surprised Ayuk's not further down in this.
yeah, he goes too early in the full PPR or in the full season stuff. Oh, and for those of you who are new to this and like listen to me from Underdog most of the time, this is total points as well. So like there's no playoff, there's none of that. Correlation barely matters. Like you kind of want some stacks, but like that's about as far as it goes. And speaking of that, I'm all like I'll just say it out loud. Trey Harris, I think, is our pick if he's there, right?
Yeah, I considered it last time, but I think Shahid is.
I do think he's a tier above. Yeah, I agree. I think that Shahid
There
and
you go.
did you hear that? Like, I know you listen to Ship Chasing some, but not all the time.
Mhm.
I think it was last week they were talking about Shahid and Davis was on Shahid and everybody else was on it and giving him crap about it. And he was trying to make it make sense, and he doesn't necessarily explain everything super well all the time, right? But like, I I'm in on that. Like a lot of Davis's takes, I'm not with, but like
Yeah.
Shahid is man, he was good. Like
Oh yeah.
I think like I think there's an argument that he may just be a better receiver than Olave. Like so, like maybe like I
Yeah.
don't I think you can make the argument. I'm not saying that that's true. I think that there is an argument that that is there. Like as an actual receiver, but like for best ball specifically,
For
I
best
think that
ball,
you
yeah.
could definitely make the argument that Shahid is better than Olave because Olave hysterically never puts touchdowns on his 100-yard games.
hmm No, and I agree because Shahid has the spike week potential. And I think he's a more complete receiver. I mean, he is not the same body frame, but he's a lot like George Pickens. Like he can just get vertical, get these big plays. He could probably do more if given the opportunity. But I do think he is, and assuming he's fully healthy, which everyone says, his
Yeah.
speed's back. It didn't affect him at all. Guy's one of the fastest guys on the field. He just makes big plays. And he's just, and I know this year is still bad quarterback play, but I do also really like Kellen Moore. I think Kellen Moore
Yeah,
will
I do too.
find ways to get the ball in his playmakers' hands. That's why I like Kamara. Olave, I think, is fine at his price, but Shahid, I think you're just getting this. It's kind of like last year. Speaking of, we were just speaking of the Broncos. Like Cortland Sutton was going in like the 10th, 11th round last year. And it was, he's going to have this rookie quarterback, this bad quarterback, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, but he's also just the guy there. Like he scores touchdowns. He can get vertical. He can do a lot. Shahid and Sutton are different in their size, but I think he's being undervalued by a couple rounds. Like, why is he not an 8th or 9th rounder?
Would it shock you next year if at the 7-8 turn we're seeing both Olave and Shahid?
No. And
Like,
honestly, I could even see
like
Olave.
the 5-6 turn.
Yeah, I could see it even higher. And I could even see a little gap between them. Kind of like Olave in the 5th and Shahid in the 7th type thing. But I think they can both be very, very good fantasy receivers.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And like Olave is absolutely the guy you would want in like redraft.
Yeah.
But like for best ball, like I think it's like I prefer Shahid.
Yeah. Well, it's just the discount that you get on him. And also he's a little better in this like full season because when he has those like 25-point games, we don't care about the game where he, has 4 points,
Yeah. And that's a good point by Coolers. Saints probably going to be trailing a lot. There's a pick I love here. We'll see if you think the same. There's 2 picks I love here, actually. And I'm kind of getting like, so Jaden Blue's actually getting to the point that I think he's draftable because he's starting to slip to like 160. I not in on it, but I'm okay doing it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally like Tootin the most, but Rashad White, like for this room specifically, because we have James Cook, Kamara, and him. Oh, so White did go.
Yeah.
I kind of like Tootin a lot.
Did the guy you mentioned before get taken?
Jaden Blue?
No. The guy in the private chat.
Nope. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the one I said is massively mispriced right now. Like his ADP is going a little higher than that in regular right now for whenever you're in a sharper room. So, and I actually don't mind wrapping back around and just taking Bayshall Tootin as well.
So now this is the interesting thing because this is a lot on the camp reports how utilized Bigsby's been, but it is noticeable ETN's like the other guy. Tootin doesn't seem to be getting a ton with the ones.
I mean, I kind of expect that with a lot of coaches and rookies when they have some veterans. Like does it shock you the a new coaching staff wants to see what the veterans of that team can do with the ones?
No. I've always wondered if Tootin is a Liam Cohen guy, but that's
true. QJ?
Oh, QJ makes a lot of sense, I think.
Yeah. I was hoping we could sneak him in. I was really hoping. I like this wide receiver room. So let's go through the team real quick. We got Justin Herbert, Michael Penix, no stack on Penix right now. Anthony Richardson, don't need a stack. Running backs, James Cook, Kamara, DeAndre Swift, and Tank Bigsby. Wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors, Steph Diggs, Rashid Shaheed, Trey Harris, Quentin Johnston. So we got the double for Herbert and then Evan Ingram. No, I really like the texture of this. I think we need to hit I think we can hold off, take 2 more receivers, but really, really late. I think we need an RB and a tight end in our next 2 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just 2 RBs as well.
Yeah.
Depending on
tight end.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that.
Now, how do you feel about, there's not a good handcuff for Herbert, but what do you feel about trying to get Cousins for Penix?
I don't know where he goes. 208. I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm perfectly fine with it. I think that, so yes, you need to start 3 receivers. I would be fine stopping at 7 with our group. Because Lamb Neighbors is awesome.
If they're not carrying us, we're screwed.
Yeah, if they're not carrying, and we have 4 other guys, and our bye weeks are, other than week 14, I feel really good about everything. So as long as we get a late guy with there's a certain guy you and I both like a little bit that I think we could add on in probably the 19th round.
I think
I think you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Yep. So I think that would be the end of our I think that would be the perfect complement to what we have as well. So, and I would be okay just taking it in round 17 as well, just to make sure we get it, because I think that he would perfectly fit depending on if there's anybody we really want. Something I will say is that the running backs do tend to go.
Yeah.
So we not yet. Hey, I've already said that if we want another blindfold draft, we will do it on the 12-hour live stream if we hit 500 before the season starts. So I've already committed to that. As long as it happens, I can do it. I think it would be easier on drafters though, because like I could literally just move this all the way up and
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
and like only show the players, right?
Yeah.
And it would be. I do think that when you make a pick though, it kind of changes things around. But like it feels like you have more space here, and I figured out like a way to solve like part of my problem. This is my third. Brought has 17. He's an animal.
I love it.
There's a player here I think we would both like.
There's a couple that I'm.
Braylon.
Yeah, that was my top guy.
Yeah. The reports coming out that like Brees doesn't know if he's going to be the guy.
Yeah.
And it could just be that Brees is a good pick and Braylon's a good pick.
Yeah, and
like,
and you know, in a way, like it makes even more sense for us because we decided not to take Brees.
Yes.
We took James Cook over him, so we already kind of made this bet. So let's double down on it.
All right. So, which one of these do you like, or do we want another running back? The running backs do get very, very thin after this.
I almost say running back.
I think we do running back too.
Or tight end, you can cobble something together,
or we could just do this.
I think we could wait if that's there in the next go around. If he comes back to us, then I say it's a value.
I think that makes more sense. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are you out on Roshan with the reports coming out?
I'm not out.
You're just not as enthused.
Yeah. I mean,
I would like to take a shot here on Brashard Smith.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Or Jarquez or Taj Brooks. Which one do you want?
Let's go Brashard. I think in this format he's got the most.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. Speaking of that, full PPR Superflex. How high? Like I know I use Scadaboo as you don't take him over this guy, but like, how high do you take him? Like I think there's a very solid chance he gets 40 receptions.
No.
And like, I know that's not an insane number, but if he gets 40 receptions, like if he puts up what Eckler did at receiving last year, like 36 for 360 or whatever, and he has 600 rushing yards, like that's not what we want, but that's fine.
Well, and then we're
touchdowns on top of it because he's got to be the goal line guy.
And that's the thing, like Eckler, using that example, he had 4 touchdowns, none in the receiving game, which for that many receiving yards, he easily could have had 1 or 2 there.
Yep.
And Scadaboo could do that, but Eckler also missed time. So if Scadaboo gets, let's just say 8 combined touchdowns and roughly 1,000 yards, 40 catches, that's a lot of points.
Yeah, like I mean, if he has 12, like 1,000, even if it's just 1,000 total yards with 40 receptions, right? Like that is 140 points before touchdowns.
Yeah, and then you add in like 8 touchdowns, which I think is a reasonable. That's not like a crazy number.
Yeah, I think the over under is probably like 6.5. Like let's say it's
yeah.
I mean, we're both bullish on him. So, like, I'm going to guess that if we both think 8's reasonable, I'm going to guess the market is going to say 6 is reasonable,
For sure.
So like, I'm going to say, like, if it's 6.5, like, that's another 24 points. That's 170 points. Like, is that, like, that's a very solid fantasy season for somebody in the 10th round, 11th round. Like, it's not league winning, but it doesn't lose you the league either.
No, and the thing is, like, he also has the upside to hit 8, to hit 10 total touchdowns. I mean, if he's getting goal line work plus passing work, that kind of range of outcomes is very much in his wheelhouse.
And I've been saying this for a while. I think that they're going to run some of those. I think the entire NFL is going to go to a lot more 2 running back sets, like 2 RBs on the field. Like a lot of them have a like I could see KC doing this a lot, like putting Pacheco and Smith on the field and then splitting out Smith. I could see them doing that with Scadaboo or Tracy, like both of them, because they're both really good receivers. I think that the Bucks did it last year. We've seen it with Miami.
I think we'll see the Lions do it more.
Yeah, we're gonna see the Lions do it some more.
Washington is another one. They did a little down the stretch.
I think that a lot more teams are going to add that to their arsenal.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Jags now have the coach that started it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, so we're not expecting that. Well, he made it back. Do we take it here or do we?
I think we. Do you think we push it or?
I think we push it. Like I'm not that upset if we don't get it. I like it. But I think that making sure we get either Juwan, Sanders, or Theo is kind of important here because
we only
Juwan. I think I've finally gotten to where I put him up, and I need to stop taking Tyler Higbee in every draft in the 18th round or in the 20th round. Like in drafters, it just feels super clean.
Yeah.
Like, I think that he definitely plays more than half the season. Do we want to just double tap tight end?
I think so. With Cousins getting taken there, I think it makes sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And we could still, even if it's not one of our backup quarterbacks, I still think you can make a justifiable 20th round backup quarterback.
Which one do you want? You want Freiermuth, Theo? Do we want to just take an upside shot on Fannin?
I think Theo.
Okay.
I think Theo.
Yeah, get a little team bet there with neighbors.
And it's also just excuse me, I think he just is going to have this role. Like I don't think there's any real tight end competition there. I don't think Daniel Bellinger is competition. And he's such an athletic freak. So yeah, I think
it was always Fedone. So Big Draft Energy loves Thomas Fedone. He kind of found him before anybody was really finding him. So he's got a vested interest. He also kind of found Efton Chisholm before anybody else really started talking about him. Like he talked to him I think it was Debro. He's like, hey, what do you think about this guy? And it was like shortly after, I think Debro has pull, right? Like everybody knows Debro. What's up, Schneid? Welcome to Whose House?
What's going on, Schneid? How's it going, Cody?
Need to have Cody on sometime. I know he just generally works at the time that I'm streaming, so I can't really I never ask because I know he always works during that period. So, but I need to reach out to him, do a Sunday night since I started doing Sunday nights. Yeah. I was just wondering with that first name because of our team.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
I don't know how much that would impact, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with any of those names. So
okay, we got 2 more picks to go. What's our build right now?
Well, so we still need that one player who we probably should have just taken there. We forgot about. The one we mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Is he still good?
I have not seen him go yet.
Okay.
I don't want to say anything, but we got a 3-6-6-3. There's one of the guys that you mentioned, Tyrod Taylor goes. That's a good pick. We got Justin Herbert, Michael Penix, Anthony Richardson. Running backs, James Cook, Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Swift, Bigsby, Braylon Allen, and Brashard Smith. Wide receivers, Lamb Neighbors, and then Diggs, Shaheed, Harris, QJ. So we got a double stack there. We don't have anything on Michael Penix, and we don't need anything with Anthony Richardson, right?
Yeah.
And then we got 3 tight ends. That's perfectly fine. I think we take that player here. I'm assuming that Dulu Dejo is watching.
He went already.
Oh, he did. He just went there.
Yeah.
Okay, so MBS.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah. Wondering if there's anything else.
I mean, there's other guys I'd take, but I just still think MVS is probably the clean.
I kind of agree. I mean, we've both been in on MVS. Schneid's been in on MVS. Yeah, well, I'll message you tonight. We could probably do it this Sunday. I was doing Superflex every Sunday night. I started Superflex on Sundays, and I probably want to continue that. I know you don't do much Superflex, but we could definitely do an underdog draft or something, and then I could start doing the Superflex. So after that, took my guy. Okay.
So what do you want to do with this pick?
I think it's one of those names. I think it's
Yeah.
Milton or Mariota.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine going Milton. I know we have Lamb.
I think we just take I'm willing to take Milton on every team or Mariota on every team, but I'm only ever going to take Milton with CeeDee
Yeah,
Lamb.
that's fair.
So I'm not going to get any exposure to Milton unless I have Lamb. So or Pickens. So I do think that that's the time you do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a 4-6-7-3, which is the same build we did a lot in Underdog, but the capital is way different.
Way different.
Way different. So this still gives us the option to flex quarterback a lot.
Now, do you mind? I can't remember the team. There was one team that did go heavy quarterback early, and just wanted to see what their team looked at. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy, a 3-5-9-2. Jacobs, Hampton, Chuba, Harvey, Tootin. So I like that running back room. And then he attacked volume. It's well built.
Yeah.
You got Loveland, Ertz. Yeah, this is a solid team. Stole Ray. That was the player we were saying this would be great for our team. I do think that we should have taken him in round 18.
Yeah, where we took Theo. Yeah.
I forgot. I don't know if you'd forgot. I forgot.
I did too.
Yeah, that was a mistake. So I think that we should have taken Ray there. I like MVS, but we now have naked Michael Penix. Naked Penix, the only Penix. Yeah. Then Ricky, Judy, Downs, Higgins, Hollywood. Yeah, and he's got some guys that will get some PPR. I might be willing to take some Michael Wilson in full PPR because, he doesn't really have spike week ability, but he can give you a floor of 11 a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's useful on a team like this.
Yeah, so it looks like there's 4 guys who, I guess 5, who had 3 quarterbacks through 5 rounds. So I was just trying to see what the field was.
All right, Lamar. Okay, you just want to look as a whole.
Well, I was just curious just to.
Well, this is what the first couple drafts on Underdog look like too.
Yeah.
The first 3 days of Underdog, this is what the drafts look like. And then the quarterback slowly condensed up. I think it'll happen to a lesser degree here. But
the guy who went Chase 1, I think that's a strong build. Not a big fan of Ayuk, but outside of that.
Tighten up, did a bunch of good picks. Because he's the one who took Tyrod as well.
Yep.
But he got Baker, Jared Goff, Cam Ward, Tyrod, Kyron, Caleb Williams. I don't love this running back room.
Yeah,
it could work, but I don't like.
A little high for me. Robinson's a little high, but
Kyron's fine, but
he's not a PPR guy.
You have to rely on Caleb Johnson here to do something. Early, probably too. I don't like Javonte Williams, and Giddens is a good pick, but I like him more in a deeper room personally. But Taylor could just get hurt week 3. I don't want it. It'd be really bad for me. But Yeah, then Chase, DJ Moore, Sutton, Myers.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of
And
the Ayuk pick just in this format.
I don't hate it with his team. Like I don't
Yeah.
like it in the format, but he does have enough floor here that if it's just 6 weeks, like IU does, like the big spike weeks do matter more. So like,
Mhm.
but Ayuk has also historically never had a 30-point game.
Yeah.
He's had a bunch of like 26-point games, and those do matter.
No, for
Um,
sure.
and if he has two 26-point games, like that's worth a 140. Like
Mhm.
even if he doesn't play for at all, like if he gives you all zeros and two 26s, I would give up a 140th for that probably.
Yeah. No, that's
Like
fair.
it would be on the borderline, but I wouldn't be upset at it. So brought wanted a review. Uh, we will go through it. You got an F. You took Dak Prescott from us. 3593. You got Dak Prescott, Sam Darnold, Joe Flacco. I like the Joe Flacco price. I think it's one of the best
Yeah.
prices on the board right now. Bijan, Kenneth Walker, Scadaboo, nailed it. Isaac Guerrero, Jalen Wright at a 15 pick discount. Like I don't love Jalen Wright, and I do take him when he's like 50, like at least 12 picks past ADP is the only time I take him. But I do take him almost every time he's there, and I never like it. I'm always like, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this so much. Wide receivers: Brian Thomas, Glad McConkey, Ridley, Flowers, Egbuka, Dobbs. Like that is so strong.
Hmm.
I personally probably don't add one of those last two on and just throw on probably another running back at
Another
random.
running back or another.
Yeah.
I mean, he could take in Joe Milton for the handcuff,
Yeah. But he was also doing 12 drafts at once.
Yeah,
So
of course.
so
No,
it's a
it's not
pretty good draft for doing 32 drafts
yeah, no,
at
it's
the
not
same time.
judgment. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's a mild like if I were to do like change anything, this would
yeah.
be it. Like it's a very solid
Well, it's
team.
just one of those things like we took and we were
Yeah.
just going to take a fourth quarterback just to have one. I think that there's value there, but it's even better when you can get a handcuff. If we had
Yeah.
Jane Daniels, like
Right.
Marcus Mariota would have been 100% on our team, I feel like.
Yeah, or like a Terry McLaurin. Like if we had Terry, Debo, even Eckler, like or Ertz. Like if we had Ertz, I'd have been perfectly fine. Yeah, let's just take Mariota there. Like I think I like that more than
Mhm.
the Joe Milton plus CD. But yeah, are you guys going to do any of the new underdog? And I would love to. I don't know. Like I'm probably going to max the Chihuahua. I really like. I basically have to watch my funds at the moment, like because they're putting out so many contests. I love all of them, but I can't do all of them, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm on the clock here in this. So, Steve, help me real quick on this pick.
Okay.
This is my bulldog. We'll do this real quick. Here's my team. I got Jaden Daniels, Derrick Henry, RJ Harvey, and then I have Puka, Adams, Ridley, Golden, and Hawkinson. So I really like the team.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take the little bit of a value on Trey Harris, or do you secure the running back, being that it's a bulldog? I think I kind of want Harris, but I do think that Warren's a smarter pick.
So if you took
the
Harris,
running backs are this is what's left.
Yeah. Well, if you took Harris, would you be stopping at 6 probably?
That's only 5.
No, I know, but I'm saying just take one more beyond that, or
no, I would add. I wouldn't because I would have two. I'd have Trey Harris plus Golden. I'd want a 7th.
Gotcha.
I think, like, well, I would want a 7th, but I would be stopping at 2 tight ends probably.
Okay, you're
I have
stopping at 2 tight ends,
and probably I might even stop at 2 quarterbacks with Jaden.
I'd say if you know you're going to do at least 6 running backs, I think you can wait because
I think so too.
I'm in general I'm not as high on Jalen Warren, but it is because I think Eckler has essentially the same projection and 40 picks later.
Right. All right, I'm joining the next Superflex for anybody who wants to know. Uh, I just wanted some confirmation. I was pretty
Yeah,
sure that's the right way for me to do it is to take the
yeah.
Trey
I mean,
Harris
like,
I love opening up Justin Herbert. Like
yeah.
I
Oh,
think Justin Herbert is just such an undervalued
not
piece right
the
now.
best to go with Daniels. I don't think you could go two quarterbacks then. They had the same buy, but
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
but no, I agree with you with Herbert. But to answer Hartman's question, I am I didn't max the Chow Chow. I think I ended up with 9. I was hoping for 10 because that's 10 you got your money back if you make finals. So I was kind of keeping it at that. I think the Huskies a very strong contest with the
I
3 of 12. It is some of the best advance rates, 50K up top.
I'm very like I really really want to max it. I can make it work, but I have to work a lot of overtime, and it's like 105 degrees out right now, and I work in like non AC type stuff. So I really don't want to go work right now. I tried to work the last 2 months when it was reasonable out, and they never needed help. So
Yeah.
I'm debating on what I do is basically what's going on. Uh, and I'm probably gonna like middle it to
Yeah.
some degree.
Well, and even if you don't match, like even just getting entries
I,
in there, I think I would say of the contests,
yeah, I would have no problem just doing 2 of them
yeah,
as
yeah,
well. Like I don't need to max it. I mean, it's a 3 of 12 into a 2 of 8, which is fantastic,
yeah,
and then a 17% chance to advance, or 17.6 to advance after that, right?
yeah,
So like that is a fantastic contest. Um, and I think what it's going to do, if they're going to continually release those, I'll probably just end up doing less eliminators by the end of it.
yeah. No, I think so. Like for me, at one time I said I'd do like 50 eliminators. I don't think I'm doing
I've
that.
I've got 62 now.
Yeah,
I think I'll get to like 85 to like I was thinking originally like 100 to 120.
hmm
I'm thinking more like 100 now.
yeah. I think
Um,
I might stop for me, and I was always going to do less. I might stop at 30 just because I still end of the
well,
day, it is the worst cash rate of any contest on
oh
Underdog.
yeah, no, it is. It is the most exciting.
It's the most exciting, but it's the worst cash rate. And it's like and I know you don't like marathon and sprint on UD, but to me, those are just better contests for putting your money in. Because like the marathon on Underdog, it's a 16% cash rate, so slightly worse than say the BBMs and or anything else that's 16.8. But you double your money for anything that hits the cash. So, that's obviously better than just getting your money back.
Yeah, I'm going to write down on a piece of paper that since we can't name them,
Yeah.
and then I'm just going to keep it next to my computer so that way uh, I'll just have like a list because I don't plan on doing a lot of duo drafts on drafters, right? Just because you can't name them,
hmm
it is a pain.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
like I like a lot of things with drafters and how I love that I know what number draft it is for
yes,
not just my opponents, but for myself. Like I like knowing that it's easy to keep track. Um,
that is also true. I would much rather do sprints than BBMs.
yeah.
I You can't get them to fill because they market BBM.
Oh, I thought he meant like the contest, Phil. I was like, don't you want to overlay? Because I'm doing mostly on slow, because for that
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, it slows you just queue it up and eventually it starts.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, that would be the way to do it. Hey, what's up, Willie? Thanks for stopping in. 10 minutes or I quit. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There was a day I was like, I'm absolutely doing a sprint. And I got in the lobby and it was like 6 to fill. And I got up after like 8 minutes. It hadn't moved. I made breakfast. Like I cooked bacon, eggs, some French toast. I cleaned up everything I made. That was like 30 minutes. Then I cleaned. I did some dishes. It was still at like 3 to fill. Like it's like it took an hour and 10 minutes to fill the lobby.
Oh, I know.
It's like
It's
I just queued
unfortunate.
up and I kept my phone around me to like, and then I'm like nervously watching to make sure I'm not going to
Yeah.
auto it. So like it's just not worth it. It was just not worth it. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I do think you need to have more of a slow draft mentality to do those,
yeah,
unfortunately. Because like I don't know if you've seen like Neil Warfield is doing Marathon Mondays with bringing on Mathology,
yeah,
and they talked about, and so when they started their stream, I jumped in just to see where it's at, and it was at like 4 to go. And so I jumped out because I didn't want to just get in one without them. And I figured, okay, the next lobby, by the time they're ready, 30 minutes later, they jump in and it started out 4 to go when I got in, and it just didn't move. It just didn't move for the next 30 minutes. And so everyone jumped out.
yeah. Like BBG is the only one that can get sprints to fill,
Yeah.
and
Well,
and
especially a couple of guys like FF Links, he's done, I know. And like a couple other like guys
McCaffrey.
yeah, I think he's done as well. Like a couple other guys who were doing them, they're already done. So it's like, oh, it's even harder now.
Yeah, well, they will absolutely be running promos for that. And by the way, dingers, I've got 2 of my 13 that are going to advance, like almost guaranteed. I got 13
Nice.
or 1,300 or no, 1,300, I think. Like I'm like 200 points above the
Okay.
advanced line, and I'm in second by a bit on the one of them. I'm in first, the other one I'm in second by a little bit. So what's funny about that? You know how I said I hated the rankings?
Yeah.
My last 3 I didn't do rankings, and 2 of those are advancing. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Well, and
like,
there's
I literally I knew nothing about it. I just literally just went, all right, if I'm just going to use basic stacking principles, like from Best Ball, and like just stack up some teams. I didn't look at a contest. I didn't look at who's playing like in the playoff weeks. I just took some players, and like this one feels really good, um, because I got you Darvish
mm,
through, and I don't know if he's still as good as he used to be because I don't really watch baseball, but I know for a couple years he was like really really good.
yeah, he's dealt with injuries in recent years, but
Yeah.
no, baseball is definitely a different animal for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, this team is it's Paul Skeens, Dylan Cease, Bailey Ober, DeGrom, and Darvish,
It's a good
Brandon
pitching.
Woodruff, and Lewis Gill. I think I just scrolled down and just
Lucas
clicked the
Gill,
name.
yeah.
Yeah, I did. Uh, but uh, Tommy Edmond, Jose Altuve, Cal Raleigh,
Yeah.
Christian Walker, Dansby Swanson, Mason Wynn, and Will Smith from the Dodgers. The other thing is I'm getting Tesco Hernandez through, and apparently, like when I'd look at it, he continually was like not playing.
Hmm.
But it's got Otani and him stacked, and then Pete Crow Armstrong, Bellinger,
Nice.
uh, Roman Anthony, and Sedane Rafaelia. Like, I don't know the names. I don't know anything
Yeah.
about baseball. I just know that Tesco guy. I just picked a guy at random to like really want in the middle of the second, early third, and that was the guy I picked at random. And then, uh, regardless of the ranks that I was using, and then he's not really played a whole lot, like
Yeah.
from what I'm seeing. Like all of my teams with him, he's got around 400 points, and everybody else has like 6, 7, 8. And based on the draft capital, it was not worth it.
No.
And so, by the way, we got links here. He's got the 101. We got the 3. Wounded Geese. Congratulations. Well, a fantastic name. Hoopty Man was in the. I thought he was in the last one. but he doesn't show that he's doing one.
Yeah.
We got Stooge here at the 8, Brought at the 9, and Coolers at the 12. Hey guys, loving the stream. Want to watch a few drafts again to see what people are doing. Cheers. Nice. Yeah. And we shouted out your team earlier. The one, like, we went through the top 8 teams, and last year Mikey Boy G. Sorry for not saying your entire legal name. But yeah, we went through his team, and man, you got, like, I think yours was the team that had like only 4 wide receivers. Like, you got railed at wide receiver.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, like, I would recommend to do it now. I'm not going to ask. We're going to do it.
Yeah.
The top 3 are a giant thing. The fact that they have Burrow above Hurts is wild. Like, that is wild. That's the only thing they didn't, like, copy paste, and that is wild to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand that.
And Lynx is in like every draft I do on every website at all times. Like, Lynx is an animal. Like props to him.
Oh, for sure.
But and a related, or a minorly related thing, like, we'll talk about that tomorrow. I believe I'm going to be doing more of the Spoiled Banana Society stuff. And I'm pretty sure the co-founder is going to jump on stream with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
yeah,
I bought the 10 drafts today. I got all that settled out. They gave me the 5 free drafts. You get other spins for buying drafts. Wow. So, like, every spin is a minimum of 1 draft. So, like, basically for the price of 10, I'm going to get like 18 drafts.
Jeez.
So, and then it could be more based on how much, because they do like a wheel spin on it. So it could be more. And if you buy 20, you get 10 free plus the spins. So, like, it's a different format, and like, I didn't realize that he would do this, and like, a lot of the underdog people don't mess with crypto.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you could have just Venmo'd me the money and I would have set it up. I'm like, why didn't you tell me that before I spent 4 days trying to deal with this? Like, trying to figure this out.
That's part of the reason why I don't know if I'll do it, just because I've never really done much in the crypto space. And
I'm sure I could talk to him for you if you wanted to do any. It's a different contest for sure. It's fun. Like, I
saw your second stream. You know, the one you did last. When did you do it? Last Wednesday or something like that? Thursday.
Just two Wednesdays ago, I think.
Well,
no, it was last Wednesday. It was last Wednesday.
You did one last.
Yeah, it was last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our pick here is pretty obvious. I think. Well, I guess it could be not one of those guys. I think if it's one of those top four guys, you have to take them. I actually think Nico's down here. Okay. Never mind. I think we know what we want.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a couple names.
Yeah, well, I'll just go ahead and queue them up. I like those over Almon. Kind of. I actually like Almon here better because you could just wrap around and get golf, like, for free.
That's true.
So, like, I got my Almon shares in Superflex and in because I did, like, with every elite quarterback, I did that. I took 1 share of Almon Raw, wrapped around with Goff with all 3 elite quarterbacks in the Superflex contest. You want to do that here?
Yeah. I didn't realize we were on the clock. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Well, as soon as I said my last word, we popped on the clock, so it kind of worked out perfectly. And nobody ever really wants to take Jared Goff naked. So, and Lynx is a smart guy. I doubt he wants to take Jared Goff naked. Some people who are blindfolded love to take Jared Goff naked.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
I don't know what's wrong with that pick.
yeah, what you guys need to learn how to do weekly winners. That's all I'm saying.
I hope that team has like multiple cash, like it just for
Yeah.
entertainment value.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be great. Yeah. And I don't want to do a ton of them, but I do want to, like, I'm happy. Like, I've done 3 and I'm going to end up getting to like 18 total, or I'm going to have like 15 to 18 more. So I'm going to get to about 20. That's like perfect for me. Like, I'm very comfortable being there.
Yeah.
A lot of my weekly winners team from last year looked like I was blindfolded when I did them.
It does feel that way.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, like, man, the weekly winners, it is a different beast.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a good concept. There's some things I wish they did differently.
Yeah.
Like
I think it would be fun if they did weekly winners by the week. Like instead of just a daily, do a full roster of
yeah, like
12
embrace the
man.
best ball aspect of it. Yeah.
Like just make it like, or even do like a front 4, middle 4 kind of
Mhm.
like quarters of the season, like,
I
and they could have bigger prizes like
well,
that
and
way as well.
even the regular format, because I like the fact that, and we all know like you're not going to be competitive all 17 weeks, but I like the fact that you can make it where you're competitive like 12 to 14 weeks. But so I wouldn't mind if they lowered the top prize and then flattened the payouts a little bit more, because it's like such a gap. Like most
Yes.
people who get paid out get $7. So your lineup needs to hit 3 times to make its money back.
Well, that's the one thing I don't like about it, is that I think it's that way this year too, to where
Yeah.
you have to like, if you min cash, you don't make your entry back in a single week. I would just be fine with them finding whatever line it needs to be. Like, make the line to cash higher, but just make it to where you get your money back if you cash in any week, instead of having to cash 2 weeks and then making $4.
Well, you don't even get that. Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
$7,
Which,
not
by the
5.
way, did you see on this the settings? They so it's $10, by the way, instead of 5. Last year it was
Yeah.
5. But min cash is a lot higher number now, but it's 1750.
Okay.
So there's 13,000, I think. I'll look at it after our 2 picks.
Yeah, I think it was 13,000
500 ish.
Yeah.
You can look it up on your screen too. But like, I think it was 2,300 ish make money. So it's like almost a one in, like it's like a 13% kind of thing more than anything else. And I like that. I think that's really good.
Yeah.
Man, like, I would love McCarthy.
Oh yeah, that would. Damn it.
I mean, I was pretty sure it wasn't going to happen. Do we want to? What do we want to do here?
I say secure Bryce Young, and then we can just be done at quarterback.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Would you? So, knowing how the running backs go, I think I want Hampton over everybody right now. Like the entire time, I didn't ever get any James Cook Kyron because I would never
100% Hampton there. Yeah.
I would never, like, I've been very anti Najee Harris the whole time. Like, and it's not because he was going to have some massive injury, like, it wasn't because of that. It's just because, like, they went out and got Hampton. They spent a first round capital on Hampton. And I just don't see them not giving most of the carries to Hampton. And when they drafted him, they said he is so good at scoring the ball. And I'm going to walk around for a second. But like, the one thing about him specifically is like when I watched this film, he literally like he's so good at noticing all of the gaps. Like
He's got great
he's
vision.
got the patience that Le'Veon Bell had.
Yeah.
Like he does. Like I know that's high praise. I'm not saying he's going to be that, but he's got that patience.
No, I mean his vision is incredible.
Yes.
And I think, yeah, I mean he's big, he's fast. He probably can even break more tackles down the road, because I don't think he always uses his physicality to his advantage. But
And man, the people who were saying that Caleb Johnson's faster than him, I argued with that over and over
no,
again. I'm like, no, he gets parallel with people because they put 9 in the box. He just looks
yeah,
fast because he doesn't have to outrun them.
yeah,
Hampton had to outrun people.
yeah, and Hampton's also good in the passing game. Like, he's not Travion Henderson, but he's good. And so no, I think he can be complete back, and 13, yes, almost 14,000.
Yeah, and 2332, 17.5% cash rate, and you get $17, I believe was what the number was. So you get more. So you almost get double your money back. No, you don't quite get it, but you get. I mean, you get what, a 70% bonus off of what you entered.
Well, and I like that, and that's what I was talking about, like the marathon and underdog, because that's a 16% cash rate, but you do double your money, and I
Nice.
like that, because
Yeah.
for season long, just getting your money back doesn't feel as great. So I'm glad they did that. I hadn't noticed that that's what the cash rate was.
You hadn't?
I hadn't looked at it.
Yeah. No, it. But I really like this. Like, I do. I wish it was $5 because I was planning on maxing it at $10. I won't be able to max it, but I'm probably going to I'll get 50 in at 60, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this year I'm more prepared as well for all this. I think you and I, PPR Tyler, I did shout out to him, see if he wanted to come on with us. He didn't reply back. We were kind of talking whenever it dropped. I told him to make sure that he notices the format's different, and that there is argument to not just only take the quarterbacks. Like I think it's still better to flex the quarterback. And based on what we've seen, I do think that what won last year wasn't necessarily a story of success. Like it was a success for them, but like you see gaps in what happened. I think that like as a whole that is still exploited. I really want a Kittle. We could take Travion here. Oh, Tet.
I do Tet with.
We just smash Tet.
Yeah,
that's like the best thing about getting Bryce Young over here. Like while you could on Underdog, Tet was absolutely free here.
Yeah,
and it feels so good. And I think we just take whichever one of these two are left.
Yep.
Oh, actually, Connor. Do you like Connor? Over them?
Yeah. No, I think
I'm fine with Connor or Henderson.
Let's go Connor. We already have one rookie.
Yeah. I figured you would you'd be in on that. And the market hasn't really changed yet because people still believe that Trey Benson's going to be taking some carries from him. And that just got quelched. It's like, nope, we love James Conner.
Yeah. I'd taken some because I was at like literally 0.5% Trey Benson. So in like the last Chihuahua and the last Schnauzer, I took him a couple times just to like have a number over one. But yeah, I don't want to be high on that.
Yeah. Yeah, and for Big Draft Energy, he is going to come on here probably a little bit later, probably for the third draft.
Nice.
I recommend. I mean, you could stay as well. He will probably do his own draft, I would assume, while I'm doing it, because like most of the drafters community, just both people draft at the same time and they just discuss it. because it is harder to like find and keep track and all that, which is totally fair. I wasn't going to ask you to do that. I just kind of wanted to talk Superflex. I feel like we done it the second day of the Underdog Superflex. Like, why not do it again on the Drafters? Like, I think that we could just make this a thing that happens every year. Like, I'd have no problem doing it on your channel whenever either. So like, but I really do prefer this. Like, I maybe I'm kind of like PPR Tyler in this. Like, I feel like I do have a little bit more of an advantage in the Superflex contest than the other contest. I think less people that are super sharp play, like, really focus on the Superflex stuff.
Yeah.
I do think that this year that might change a little because the Sidekick is going to push Superflex stuff now. Like on Underdog. I'm pretty sure SAC went out and did a bunch of data on that, and they put it into I believe you could do that on Sidekick. So I think, which is good. Like, that's good for the game because the people who play, like, there will be more people to play, which means that stuff will fill more. Right.
Agreed.
All right. Yeah. So
let's see.
Got running backs. I like some of those. I kind of like these receivers, though.
Let's go receiver first, and then maybe a running back.
Do we stack Debo?
I'm good. I mean, he's gotten great camp reports, but Odunze would be my other choice there.
Yeah, let's just do it. I've bit the bullet and started, like, I didn't like Debo when he was going ahead of he was going ahead of Calvin Ridley for a while, like in the big board and stuff, right? Yeah. He was going ahead of Jalen Waddle at times. And Addison's got the bad news, so there's that. Are we Pacheco?
Let's go Pacheco.
All right.
I think, yes, it's not going to be a full workload. They're going to have somebody helping them out, but
he's still the goal line carry guy.
And he'll get some catches no matter what. It's not like he'll be a zero in that.
Yeah, just because Brashard Smith's currently getting the RB1 goal line red zone catching, like receiving package catches, doesn't mean that Pacheco won't be their goal line back when they're trying to do a play action or something like that.
Yeah.
So or just run the ball in. So I do think Scadaboo, look at Scadaboo high. It feels pretty good having 23% Scadaboo pre-draft, post-draft, everywhere. I feel pretty good about it right now. We may get cooked. It may just be gas, but
I mean, yeah, no, it's of course injury could happen, and of course it is a bad offense. Like I recognize that, you recognize that, but at the same time, we saw plenty of backs last year. Look at Chuba Hubbard. That was a terrible offense. He ended up as a very good back.
Yeah, the first Superflex puppy was the only true edge. I think there's actually a true edge in this one.
I think there's a true edge because even at the end of the Superflex puppy, and Hartman might have been in this draft. I'm pretty sure you were in it. It was a JT Bestball late night stream, and I was in there. He was in there. One, if not both of you guys, was in there, and I mean, it was not 2-12. Like there were at least two, if not three, just totally dead teams in that.
I got it was the last week of Superflex puppy.
Yeah.
I got Devon Achane at 46.
Yeah.
I got Nico at 46 once too.
No, I mean
it just randomly happens. And that is not I think the Achane one's a little more nuts, but the Nico one felt insane. I was like, are you kidding? And I just laughed whenever the Achane one happened.
Yeah.
I think Tua was still on the board, and I wrapped it around and stacked them too, I think. So okay, I guess I'll try to push this. And then I got it, and I'm like, wow, Oh, that was easy. Wow. Like that's that's a fifth place team. So it doesn't matter. Like all these teams that you were so excited about, they're all fifth place teams in the end. And it's the teams that just got like don't feel good that win.
But yeah, I still think in Superflex in general, like just because typically at least one drafter, if not two, are probably not structurally building correctly.
All right, I think these are the three players we agree on, probably.
Yeah, I mean Diggs or Hawkinson for me.
Which one do you like? Do you like? I think there's a pretty big gap between Hawkinson.
Let's go let's go Hawk.
And there's still there's more receiver darts that could like. I didn't think it would happen, and Lynx is smart. I'm assuming he would be in. But getting one of those two receivers back, I think, would be nice. I would be even fine just taking Mooney.
I agree.
I'm not worried about him anymore. So
neither am I. And even if he misses one or two games, that's Addison, that's Rice. Like those guys are missing more. Like so, I'm not worried.
Like we could just see Mooney have the season Addison had last year. If that team has yards wise and catches wise, they weren't super far apart.
No.
The difference was touchdowns. And if that team just scores more touchdowns, Mooney could just have that same upside.
Yeah, and Mooney is the guy who can take advantage of Penix's big arm,
Yes. Both of them can.
And he's another example. We talked about this in the last draft with Shaheed, same type of guy. Like, I don't care about the weeks that he has 5 points so much. I mean, yeah, I want as few of those as possible, but I want that, 6 catch, 120 yard, 1 to 2 touchdowns game because I think it's in his wheelhouse.
I think this team feels a lot better than the last one. Like we got Jaden, we have all three stacked.
All three stacked, and this is the other thing with Superflex is
you don't have to, but it does feel good.
Well, it's also like Jaden, he could be QB1, but very well should be a top 5 quarterback. Even if Goff takes a step back from last year, at a minimum, he's a top 15 quarterback. So at minimum, he's a great Superflex play.
Right. As I was saying earlier, I'm kind of out. I kind of think that their pieces are overrated in all. But they averaged 33 points a game last year.
Yeah.
If they take a 30% decrease, that's still 26 points a game, 25, 26 points a game. That's still a functional offense,
Yeah, they're 8th in scoring versus 1st in scoring. We're not going to.
Yeah, you're not going to feel bad about having Jared Goff in the number one target. I do think that Amon-Ra ran too hot on touchdowns last year, and that's not going to happen again. I don't feel there's a lot of things about Amon-Ra this year that I could be wrong, but I'm pretty out on it for especially for marathon scoring. But and just the whole Detroit offense as a whole, because they are priced as they're going to score 33 points a game again.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way every piece wins.
Well, and I was having this talk on Twitter the other day, a little with Candyman, just some other things, and it's
because he's gigantic on JMO.
Yeah, but well, this was more in reference to Denver. Denver last year finished 10th in scoring, but they go out, they get 2 running backs, they get a tight end, they get another receiver, they have younger guys who could step up. This is a team that should very much be in the mix to be a top 3 scoring offense, and yet nobody, and this is underdog, but Sutton goes ADP 4950. That's wild for a team that was top 10 scoring offense last year and should be well in the mix for top 5, if not 1 overall. And nobody's drafting any of their pieces in the first 4 rounds.
Yeah. What do you take about the Luther Burden thing that happened today? Or did you see that?
I did see that. not great.
Do we take him?
Yeah, let's do Rashard White.
Yeah,
These
me
receivers
and you have such like we build teams very similarly, and like I kind of know what you're cool with, what you're not. Like, and I think that just made sense there because we only had the 3 running backs.
I have a question. Do you want to double tap one of our guys here? If he gets at receiver, Thielen? Because isn't this around his ADP?
He goes way later.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought.
We could take Goddard.
I like Goddard.
I think getting a second tight end kind of makes some sense here.
We could you could potentially stop at 2 or just take a 19th round guy,
Yeah, like on teams like this is actually where I really like to take the big shot like Fannin.
Yeah.
Like I don't love Fannin as a prospect. And like teams like this is where I was taking Arroyo in the original Superflex. Like I would take these 2 and then I would just tack on in the last round an Arroyo.
Yeah.
Because well, in that I had a lot of Bryce Young, so it was a free bring back plus like major upside, and that looks like it's gonna work out. So
for sure.
Thielen, you say the big T is mine. Like so, Brought was huge onto Thielen last year. And I mean, I'm fine not getting him. Have you heard the Coker stuff? Coker's apparently like the Coach Speak Index put out some stuff today, and there was positive reports on I have it up right now. Let me find it real quick. They put more stuff out. Oh, maybe this is from yesterday. Jalen Coker has had such a great camp so far. He's bursting at the top of his routes. He's creating separation. He's finding the edges. And nothing. And then Hunter Renfrow buzz. And then Tet buzz. And JT Sanders looks fast and explosive. And then nothing on the get. Nothing.
Yeah.
Today, also nothing on the get. More stuff on Jatavian Sanders. Some positive stuff on Jimmy Horn. But nothing on the get.
That's a problem for a year 2 guy who should be looking great in either shells or with pads without contact,
Yes, I'm at 4 to 5% because I really like Bryce Young, and I don't want to. I don't want to be overweight on a player who. Wounded Geese here does the smart move and pulls Bigsby up. That makes sense. I was actually looking for him on the board.
So what's our build right now? 3-4.
We have a 3-4-4-2. So I wouldn't hate double tapping wide receiver.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate I would actually hate another running back. I would actually kind of absolutely hate that, actually. Dude, I got Cedric Tillman. I did a late night BBM to do my second one after our draft. I got Cedric Tillman at 168.
Wow.
And I got Bryce Young at 173 in that draft. Yeah. I was like, all right.
Was that a big board draft? Did you go back in time?
Yeah. Like I was like, well, I guess I'll just stack him with Coker. So what's up, Adam? Thank you for popping in. Yeah, it felt really good. I actually took Mooney, I think, on that team too. Yeah, so I said that to basically say we don't need to take him.
Yeah, I'm definitely good with that.
So, what do you think about just taking Josh Palmer or Dobbs?
I like Palmer.
I
don't mind Dobbs either, but I think Palmer is.
It's fairly certain we should be able to get Thielen back, and if we don't, it's one of those things. Like I kind of want Coker on all of my Bryce Young teams right now because he's free.
That's true.
And I do think there's a
We could take
world.
QJ or if they take Thielen,
Yeah,
then that
like
means you're probably getting
there's.
dubs. Yeah, yeah,
I think the perfect situation though was to make sure we got and Thielen's kind of the same guy, but we could have got like there was. I figured these guys were going to take a bunch of wide receivers.
yeah.
So yeah, then take
Perfect.
Thielen. Since you were willing to take him at 147, I think we could take him at 171.
Well, that's around what it, and I guess I wasn't accounting for the Superflex because I know like 140-ish is his ADP
Yeah,
in regular drafters.
yeah. But like I said, I'm pretty sure they just copy pasted underdogs rankings and then toggled a few things,
Yeah.
which is fantastic for anybody who
No, I
knows
mean definitely
that.
like the value, or if you know the right guys to pull up, like a Bigsby,
Yes,
not that we had to do Thielen at 140 something, but I think anything 150 on would have made sense. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, it amazes me Kyle Williams goes so late in this, especially with the buzz that has happened.
What is your take on Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt's like now? Like, I'm still completely out. I there was a video that people were posting yesterday, like a hype video, and I don't know if you've seen my reply on that.
I missed your reply. Yeah.
My reply just said the dude got tackled 3 times before the 4-yard line. Like they just like because both D ends like had their arm out and brought it back, and the linebacker jumped back, and it's like they posted it as a bullish thing for him, and I'm like I'm not saying anything bad about him, but like they were just talking about how explosive he was all the way through the run. It's like no, like if you're gonna you have to at least be real with yourself when you watch that stuff.
No, and yeah, these videos, people need to keep in mind.
Unless it's Scattaboo, then it's all real.
And then it's all real.
Yeah.
Even that one that some people were like, oh, he would have been tackled, but it's like he's still making those quick movements in the backfield. He's probably would have broken through to at least like a 4 or 5 yard gain in that one.
Yeah. Yeah, and like it doesn't mean he couldn't break a tackle or whatever, but like I think he like my NFL comparison to him was Devin Singletary. And that's not a knock. Like he's a solid player. I just don't know if he's ever going to be a really good player.
Yeah, I will say there has been a steady drumbeat of reports going back to the rookie mini camp.
I have heard that. And that's why I was asking you.
And I think I was more bullish on him when he was drafted. I wasn't even sure he would be drafted just with the weird year that he had. But people, and like some of the reason that he was playing yesterday or today, was it today? It's all running together now, is because Eckler had a day off.
Okay. Do we want to just take a third really good tight end? Do we want to double tap running back? I think we double tap running back myself.
I think so.
No Marshawn Lloyd.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Hill, Hunter, Smith, Taj, any of those, like
let's do the old Taj Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so has there been any report? Does anybody know any report on Marshawn Lloyd? I know that he got hit on the play, but he fell his leg collapsed before.
Yeah.
Before he got hit. So it's very bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
You can pick any of those.
Let's go Hill. I think there's a little bit more safer value there.
Yeah, and we have Brashard Smith, or Pacheco. So
yeah,
I actually don't mind doing that. I've done it a couple times because it's not like they're high draft capital. Like either one, right?
Yeah, no, and again, the benefit of 20 rounds is I think you can handcuff more.
It's got to post a Charizard, and Montgomery's the Charmander.
Oh my! I mean, my comp for Scattaboo all along was actually James Conner, but it's in that like Dave Montgomery,
Yeah.
James Conner type role. Like I don't expect him to be Derrick Henry. I don't expect him to be Saquon Barkley. But my thing
he's
is,
way more agile at the point of attack than anybody ever gave him credit for.
yeah,
And we've seen that with that double jump cut, like
Yeah.
like that double jump cut run. It's like, okay, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Like I know you don't want to take too much away from stuff in camp, but like that was blocked well. He jump cutted twice and got the entire defense on their heels. Like who cares? Like the entire time, the big knock on him is, oh, he's slow. It doesn't matter. Like if you're incredibly quick, you can make up for being slow for long speed.
Yeah.
Like because a 20-yard run is honestly sometimes better than the home run. Like
Mhm.
for your team. Like for fantasy, no. But like for your team, like now they're just like even more tired.
Yeah.
And like they just had to run down the field to stop you. And now you get to do it again. So like it's bullish for the entire Giants offense if he's slow. Like, like in my opinion. Like because will he have those giant like swings and wins and stuff? Not as often. Like he'll probably have one or two big runs, but
Sure. And I guess what I'll point to is like the camp stuff. Like, yes, and some of those runs, like, yeah, he would get it wouldn't be a 40-yard run. He'd be tackled for 10 yards or whatever. But
yeah,
it's the thing is we're seeing from him are his key traits,
yes,
his vision,
and
the
and
the quick jump cut movements that doesn't allow clean hits. Um,
well,
and and I think like he likes contact.
yeah, yeah. He would not be shying away from it. He would.
And also his route running has been good in his hands. Like he's caught the ball, he's gotten open considerably. And exactly, Hartman says one of the things I was going to say, like Bucky Irving had one of the worst 40s last year and is much smaller than Scatterboom, 20 pounds lighter. So yeah, totally agree.
I mean, if we could get a JT Sanders stack here,
That would feel good.
that would feel really good. Um, then I think we need another wide receiver. I was saying I would like Coker, who is still here, but like that's the entire offense. If we do that, I don't know if that's the right move.
Do you think Sanders first?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we take
Okay.
Sanders.
I thought so. Just want to make sure.
Plus some ultras. I don't know the old.
I have no idea. Oh,
he goes. So I think we go ahead and just take. What do you think?
yeah. I mean, I'm fine. I think we go tight end.
Yeah.
Theo or Pat Fryermuth.
No Fannin? No big upside swing?
I'm just not as high on that, but
I'm not either. I like that a lot more in underdog, where you get the playoff week upside, because I question how, like in total points, I do think it's a much thinner bet.
yeah. No, I agree. And
So I think Lockett fits really well
just gonna
because
say
of light bye week stuff.
the bye weeks
And
and even if he is replaced end of the year by like DK
yes,
or I don't
my,
care.
that's my problem with him in underdog drafts is I
Yeah.
do think he gets replaced by the end of the year. But if he plays at least half the season, like that's perfectly fine for this.
Yeah.
So, and he's apparently got a really, really good connection right now.
That's what it sounds like.
So, and I think I know what we want to do with our last pick,
Yep.
assuming it is available. We got Broad over here just living his best life with Dylan Gabriel and Tyrod Taylor. I like it though. Bo Nix,
No,
Trevor Lawrence.
you need to find ways. I mean, that can be enough, but taking more shots, I think is always.
I would actually take a fifth here.
Yeah.
Like if it was me, I would like if I'm going to build some teams like
I mean,
this where I
and
just go two and then I take 5 total.
And he could just handcuff one of those two, like take Stidham or whatever.
Yeah.
That way, you're having, and do what you want to do. But I like doing that because even if it's not the most ideal, like you have a quarterback room.
Right. I mean, if I was him, I would just. I don't like the player at all, but I think you just take Shedeur, right?
Are you handcuffing it though? Like Shedeur is.
I don't know.
I
Like,
mean, it sounds like Kenny Pickett is next up, and then it's Gabriel, and Shedeur is not.
yeah,
From what I've seen, he hasn't gotten any first team reps.
yeah, I've seen that too. I just, I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Shedeur already went, but
No,
maybe not.
he's top of the queue.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, he is top of the queue here. I mean, I love Milrow.
Yeah, I mean,
If
I'm
he's
not.
available at this pick, I
That,
would almost say to do that.
I still believe Darnold plays the whole year, but I get it.
Yeah, Pickett got hurt.
Yeah, but I didn't
It
think
was
it would
mild.
be. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be too bad. But that's my point. Is even when Pickett got hurt, Gabriel stepped into like the other, the other number one snaps.
Over
It's
under is
over.
40 total stream hours combined. How much has Steve talked about Scatterboo? More
Well,
or
if
less.
we are we going back to big board season? Because if so, it's way over.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go through the poll real quick. Poll is who you got in full PPR: DK Metcalf, JMO, Cortland Sutton, or George Pickens. What is your answer?
I think in full point PPR, I would say Metcalf. I think he's the best chance to just dominate targets and catches.
I'm actually Cortland Sutton in full PPR.
Yeah.
The poll, like I think they're all four very very close. Like I'm probably not going to draft that way because like for best ball, I do think that it does matter a little bit more. Like but the poll results are 32% Metcalf, 16% JMO, 16% Sutton, 35% Pickens. So like it's pretty split. Like that is everybody got votes. Like that's the mark of a really good poll
Yeah.
is that
My
everything
order
got
would
votes.
be Metcalf, Sutton, and then I do think there's a gap between JMO and Pickens just because they're not going to be the team's wide receiver one.
Yeah, I think that there is a world where Bryant sucks and nobody on Denver really steps up. Right.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do here?
Is I mean you can
I know what I want to do, but I'm
but
fine doing it.
Is Mariota there?
Yeah, he's there.
I personally would say doing that because we did get a stack with it as well. So it's like we just want that Washington offense to cook.
Oh, that's my bad. I forgot you couldn't see our queue.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, so we got a 4-6-7-3. We handcuffed the Washington quarterback. Jaden Daniels last year, as Steve has brought up, he played in all games, but he went out injured in 2 games.
Yeah.
And in those 2 games, Mariota scored like 16 and 21 points or something.
19 and 23 points, I believe it was.
19, 23 points. So that's why we do that. Like, and this is why in total points, I actually think you want some teams even for a regular season long thing. If you have a Jaden Daniels team, if you have like 10% Jaden Daniels, I think one or two of those teams you definitely want a 3 quarterback build mixed in and not just like he has to be the guy. He's the guy the whole year because there are times that he has the 4 biggest spikes on the season.
Yeah.
But he gets hurt for 4 games and you're cooked because you can't supplement that. Yeah. So like I do think that in this is kind of the same thing. You take like you can actually afford to take the backup in Superflex.
Exactly.
So we handcuffed that. We got Jared Goff stacked. We got Bryce Young stacked. Running backs, Omarion, the man Hampton, James, the true alpha Connor. We got Isaiah Pacheco. Hopefully his leg's fine. Rashad White, Steve and I is like one of our favorite picks.
Yeah.
Taj Brooks and Justice Hill. Wide receivers, Amon-Ra. I love the whole you take Amon-Ra and like you're guaranteed to get Goff back.
No, that's a
Like
nice way to build that
so
stack.
what's the other thing, and I don't know if it's going to be true here, but an underdog, I loved Jahmyr Gibbs, and I would take him. Like I went Bijan Gibbs, and I'd take Gibbs at like 8 quite a bit. I got a lot of teams with Jared Goff all the way back because if Amon-Ra doesn't go, nobody else takes. Nobody else will ever
everyone's
take
gone.
Goff. So like you get free stacks taking Gibbs if nobody decides to pull the Amon Jared Goff thing.
That's a good point.
So like I have multiple teams with Jahmyr Gibbs, Jared Goff, and Superflex over there. Yeah, so we got Amon-Ra, Ted McMillan, number one target stack. We got the size god Devo here. like apparently he does look good at camp. Darnell Mooney, Josh Palmer, Adam Thielen, Tyler Lockett. Steve feels at home. We got all of his guys at the back end of the draft. Tight ends, we got TJ Hawkinson, Dallas Goedert, and Pat Fryermuth. No, I love the team.
Yeah.
I think that the way that we stacked all three of our top wide receivers with their partner. The only thing I do wish I would have thought about it in the time. I think we should have reached down and taken Eckler over White.
I was just going to say that.
Like, if I was to criticize anything, I do think that that's the one thing we should have done. Right after we done it, I was like, maybe we should have, because we took White first.
Yeah.
Like, I think we should have just taken whatever we wanted there, which I think would have been the same. I really wanted Keon Coleman or Bateman to make it to us at that point.
Yeah, that probably would have changed our.
And then when it came back around, we would have been looking at White, and I would have felt better about reaching down to Eckler. So, Stooge, by the way, Big Draft Energy, did you want the link? If you want the link, let me know. If you can jump in for this next draft. I'm going to be doing 2 more. You won't be able to stay for the second one. But if you're here, we will go through a couple teams. Anybody who wants a review, say something in the chat. Stooge asked. That is not Stooge. that is Coolers. Sorry, didn't mean to call you a Stooge over there, Coolers. Wasn't intentional. But if you take offense, that's on you. We got 3, 7, 8, 2 quarterbacks. Justin Fields, Drake May, Michael Penix. That's like my favorite quarterback room you could possibly have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. That's on me. Running backs: Kenneth Walker, R.J. Harvey, Tyrone Tracy, Bayshaw Tootin, Marshawn Lloyd. I would not be taking any Lloyd right now, unless report just came out that he's fine. I
haven't seen anything in the last 2 hours, so maybe something came out.
I've not looked. Blake Corum and Trevor Etienne. I mean, I don't if Lloyd is okay, I don't mind it at all. Kenneth Walker has more receiving. Like all 3 of these have receiving upside. Tootin could just be the role there. We got C.D. Lamb, Jalen Waddle, Ricky Pearsall, Jordan Addison, Shaheed Tillman. Yeah, I love this team. Is awesome.
Yeah, he just said
really
Lloyd was an
like
auto
this
pick.
team.
So,
He
just said Lloyd was an auto pick. So,
okay, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You got confused. Yeah, I really like this team. It makes total sense that was an auto pick, 10 picks fast.
Yeah.
Like maybe he actually took him and then he's like, oh, well, I could say it's an auto pick because it's late. But I know Hartman's he's dialed in. All right. So Brought wanted to review. We got a 4, 5, 8, 3. We got the Bo Nix, Lawrence, Gabriel, Tyrod Taylor. Bijan, Brian Robinson, Tajay Spears, Dylan Sampson, Ty Johnson. Apparently, from what I'm seeing, Sampson is the number 1 there already.
Yeah.
Which is maybe I do have to start taking him. They're still not signing, and there's still no news on Judkins at all. I was leaning on not taking him yet because I have 17% pre-draft on Simpson, which at this point I'm like, oh, he's kind of back to that ADP. I will start taking him if I need to. I think where do you take him in
I
regular draft?
So I have been taking them a decent amount of late, and just also I have a couple hundred slows going, so still sometimes gain them at a, not paying too high a price. But I do worry about Judkins that this could turn into more than like say 6 games.
Yeah, I do too.
We could start with the commissioner's exempt list and then have to serve out a 6-game suspension.
I took him at 132 the other day on DraftKings. I'm like, I didn't feel good about it. I'm like, I think I guess here, you know, like.
Yeah, so I just think I'm taking both him, Sampson, and Ford now some. What I did, because I did a lot of the rookie sophomores draft, I just hammered Sampson in that because some of the first ones, the news hadn't even broken yet. Oh, and so I'm at like 50% in that.
That reminds me, I missed. So Ford is rated at 209 in this.
Oh God,
I forgot all about that.
That feels like a value.
Yeah, I forgot because I pointed that out when I was talking to Hartman or Broster earlier in voice, and I was like, "Wow, he is 209." Like even if he's the number 2, that's an absolute steal. Yeah, no, I love this team. Yeah. Oh, so we hadn't got through this team. So Dylan Sampson, Ty Johnson. I like the Ty Johnson throw in. Without looking at anything else, I add a 6th running back there for sure. Bijan, Hero, absolutely. I mean, unless you plan to never, if you're trying to never flex a running back, like even then, like your running back 2 might be a little weak, but I don't know. Like if Ty Johnson was higher capital, like a 150 as well, like I think he'd be fine at 5. I do think that this probably needed a 5th or a 6th running back or higher capital on that pick. Brian Thomas, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton, Calvin Ridley, Kyle Williams, Wandale, Adonai Mitchell. Well, we found where you're going to flex.
Yeah.
That is strong. That is very strong. Evan Ingram, Tyler Warren, Jonnu Smith, that you'll probably flex there too. So yeah, he knows that he's never going to flex running back. So he did go thin there intentionally. So I don't hate it as much because of that. I think I still would want
one I think you could have made that Wandale pick a running back and it still just feels better and deeper.
Yeah, but even if you made the Ty Johnson pick then another wide receiver, but I think that one of those Kyle Williams, Wandale picks to a running back is what I would have personally and it's always easy to look at a finished product and be like, this is what you suck at, like that's always easy to do. And I didn't look, there's context that looking through the draft, like what may have happened to cause him to make the decisions. We didn't do any of that. So, all right, let's look at not Stooge, but Coolers. 3683. I got Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, CJ Stroud. Running backs, James Cook, Jalen Warren, Javonte Williams at 132. Austin Eckler, Krosky Merritt, Devin Neal. We talked him into Krosky Merritt. Look at us. Ladd McConkey, Rashee Rice, Devonta Smith, Zay Flowers, Jaden Higgins, Hollywood, Besh, and Wilson. So you got the Mahomes double. Travis triple, Kelsey, Mason Taylor, and Dalton Schultz. I'm having a hard time on Dalton Schultz with the Cade Stover buzz going around. Like I kind of like Cade Stover coming out of college, honestly.
Me too.
As a mid-round pick. I was surprised he held him off last year, but at the very end of the year, Stover did start looking okay. I'm personally not going to take any more Dalton Schultz, but it's a 200th pick. Like
it's also a stack. So.
It's a stack. So like I don't hate it. It's one of those things. I don't know if you know that Cade Stover's getting a lot of buzz right now. So just for future stuff, like on this team, it makes sense. But yeah, you got a double stack with Jaden Higgins and him. We got Kyler with Michael Wilson. And I do agree. So let's answer some questions from chat.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of stuff. Mike Rob asked something. Where is it? Are you Chubb or Woody? I'm Woody. Absolutely. Like, I don't like, did you hear the Coach Pete quote?
About Chubb? Yeah. What was it like?
I will just read it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I will read it word for word. And this is from D'Amico Ryans on Nick Chubb. Guy's age, period. He's been through a lot, period. It's not always going to be the same as his early years in the NFL. But what I hang my hat on with him is the guy loves football.
Yeah.
He's physical. He plays and prepares the right way. Really sharp in the protection.
My problem is, have you seen like positive buzz on Woody Marks?
I've not seen that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not seen that. I think the Texans, if Mixon's not there, this is why when Chubb went, I just hammered him more because I seen him last year and I thought that's what I felt when I watched him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Mixon's this is gold for Mixon. I think that whatever decent running back gets traded or goes in the offseason,
gets cut.
Or
trade. Yeah.
And some people have mentioned, I think it was Jacob Sanderson said, what if Devin Singletary gets traded back?
Yeah.
That is a totally viable thing.
No. And I mean, we've talked about before, the Antonio Gibsons, the Devin Singletaries, no longer Jerome Ford, but, we just have these other backs in situations that could become pretty available. DJ Giddens is probably past Khalil Herbert as number 2. Maybe the Colts just flip him for a 7th round, because my worry to answer this question is Woody Marks. I just had no faith in pre-draft. And I just don't know if he is going to beat out Dare Ugobawale, I just don't know if he has that ability.
Yeah. All right. So back to this. After 2 drafts, I think you can wait on a quarterback longer. I do agree.
Yeah. I don't think you can wait too long, but it's not like you need one in the first 2 rounds or something.
I don't think it's as important to guarantee to get 3. I do think it's an advantage. I will have some teams with only 2 quarterbacks and that I push and then take 2 shots late. Well, I still think if you do that, you need to take the shots late. I just think that because you can flex, because there's not also a flex.
Yeah.
I think that because of that and the extra wide receiver slot, I think it does mean you can do that and then just build deeper at the positions.
Well, and also the guy in the 10th spot here waited until round 5, took Darnold, Rodgers, and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And then Dart also with Russ. So he gets the Giants room and he gets 3 rooms. But even if he didn't get Dart, guys like Russ, Flacco, Richardson, they have more value on this contest than underdog.
Absolutely.
So they can, of course you want them to stay starting as long as possible, but an underdog, you're always if you did the Russ start, that's one thing on underdog, but taking Joe Flacco or taking Anthony Richardson just would feel how many games am I getting? Here, every game matters the same. So, but I do think you still want to try and get 3 situations that you feel good about.
This guy is not scared of anything. He's got Quinshawn.
No, he is not.
He's got Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, maybe not the
Sean Tucker. He's ready for the trade.
Maybe
trade's already happened.
But yeah,
I'm going to jump into the next one.
Okay, I'm probably going to head on out because I have a show tonight at 8. So I'm going to head out in a couple of minutes, but I can stay around and answer a few more questions
Yeah, that's fine. As Big Draft Energy here, if he's here, I will shoot him the link here very shortly. Uh, if not, I'll just be solo for a little bit. I go ahead and shout yourself out.
Yeah. So, of course, you can follow me at Steve Speak on Twitter. It's my handle on all drafting platforms. We also run a YouTube channel, Fanspeak Network on YouTube. And then we have a best ball subscription, Fanspeak best ball, fantasy best ball is our Substack subscription, one-time payment for a full 365 days. So we have you covered every format, every site. I wrote Superflex articles. They're geared towards underdog, but I think they're very applicable here to an extent. And no, I appreciate you having me on. Always love drafting with you, and especially Superflex, because I think we are very, very much in alignment there as well.
Yeah, I also really enjoy the streams we do together, and I think we think through things in a different way than a lot of the other people do. That doesn't mean we're completely in alignment on everything either.
No, of course not.
So Smarmy ask, is stacking more or less important than Superflex? I think it's useful. Like, it's always useful. Like, for total points, it's actually, it kind of matters. Like, with Jared Goff, it's very important. With Joe Burrow, it's very important. With Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, Drake May, Bryce Young, it's less important. Like, the quarterbacks who can run a little bit and are going to give you a little bit on the ground, it is less important. That doesn't mean it's bad. Like, it's still better to stack. But I think it's incredibly important to make sure the ones that have no rushing floor that you do stack. That's why I'm fine getting the Almond Goff turns. Like, oh, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I actually think in total points, stacking in general isn't as important.
Yes.
Because to me, in whether this is marathon and underdog, regular, drafters or this, you're trying to you need spike weeks, but you want a guy to finish better. Like, we looked at some of those teams, like whether it's Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix, Sam Darnold. Those are the quarterbacks who were hitting, and this is primarily Superflex, but in general, and it really didn't matter if you had Cortland Sutton with Bo Nix or JJ with Darnold. Like, that's great. Like, they would have paid off if you got them for sure. But my point is, and you said this early, the wins matter more than the misses. Yes. And so if you're getting big wins with a quarterback, that especially in Superflex, I think it's key. So I think hitting a key win, like say we didn't get T-Mac or Thielen, and I know you cite, Bryce Young is somebody who can run some, but if Bryce Young ends up as a top 12 quarterback, would we probably one of them? Sure. But we're still probably happy in and of itself with that situation.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's just the way I'd say it. Like, it's important. And if it works, great. But at the end of the day, getting the right players is going to be the most important thing.
Yeah, that is how I feel about it. Especially, like, stacking to me matters way more on underdog, where you need to be number one in a single week versus a pod. And especially in a finals that's like larger than like 30 or 40, 50.
In a finals, or even particularly the BBM playoffs, where it's like getting one of 16. It's so much easier if you have that top quarterback and his top weapon. But
like, I do think it's also going to be a lot harder to get like number one overall without the stack.
Yeah, because
like to get a team that's functional and advances and gets you points, gets top 50 or so, like, you could do that without the stacking. But I do think to get the nut outcome, you do probably need the stack on any of the quarterbacks, whatever the stack was.
I think it kind of depends, though, is like we took Amon-Ra, and was Nico still available there? Or Brian Thomas? Yeah. So regardless, let's say Nico was. Now, if Amon-Ra ends up essentially going right at his ADP, whatever that was, a wide receiver 8, but Nico is wide receiver 4, then you wanted Nico. Like they're not stacking would have helped you more in total points, probably. And that's a very thin example because we're talking about top guy. I mean, Debo is probably a better example. Like a receiver we could have taken around Debo might significantly outscore him.
Ryan's quote basically made Chubb like a decent right guard this season. Yeah, that's true. Steve said deeper and it feels better, not Chubb or Woody. Yeah, like so I haven't heard anything positive on Woody.
Yeah, that's why I'm still and I could be wrong.
But like so for drafters specifically, he did have 200 receptions.
That's true.
So for drafters in 20 rounds, so like in DraftKings, I mix him in the 20th round, or the 19th round, like because in full PPR in the 19th, 20th round, all of the plays that we've been liking for a while are gone now. They're all gone.
Yeah.
So I have started adding him to the like. Oh, by the way, Damian Martinez getting some buzz now that they have the pads on. Said that
doesn't shock me.
He's like, whoa, not a lot of hit people yet, but he's definitely like when the pads came on, he was seeing the hole clear. What they said, which to me means maybe I was right. No, like so that's another team that like I could see Charbonnet getting traded.
Oh, I could as well.
I really do believe Charbonnet could get traded.
Yeah.
And that would be the perfect fit for Houston.
Oh,
and that would absolutely destroy Mixon.
Yeah.
Like if Sharps went there, like I want it and I don't want it. I think it helps me more than it hurts me kind of thing. Because I did mix in a couple Damian Martinez shares in the Superflex and like some of these other things because I do believe that if Sharps or Kenneth Walker gets hurt, that he will have some games.
A role, yeah. I agree.
And he does play the worst run defense almost assuredly in week 17. So like there's a couple reasons I think it's not complete lunacy and bag defending. Like I think there's some real reasons. I think it's thin, like but like I just think that Sharps is the perfect trade candidate right now for the Texans though. And if they do that, like even if Mixon comes back, that's bad news for him. And like all those like I was okay still taking Mixon at 58 or whatever, 55 even with Chubb there. But if they trade for Sharps and even if Mixon was fully healthy, I would be hard pressed to take. I'd be taking him around Pollard.
I was just gonna say I think Mixon would have to fall to the 70s.
Yeah, Pollard, Pacheco. I think Swift moves up ahead of it. Like I don't like Swift ahead of Pacheco, Pollard, really, but I will take him some just to mix him in. I kind of feel the same way about Caleb Johnson, but like I've got to like 5 to 6% Caleb Johnson as well. But like I think that mix them in with those two before Scattaboo, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, Mason. Mix them in with Aaron Jones, Mason, and that group.
Yeah. No,
I kind of moved it to today, but tomorrow I've got like it was going to be Thursday. By the way, it wasn't going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow I have something else. I'm going to do the Spoiled Banana Society thing, and I believe Boris has committed to being like he said almost definitely that he can make it.
Nice.
The co-founder. Look at that. We got Steve on here. Steve gave me a 3-pick and a 1-pick. Congratulations to me. All it took was you're always invited on at least while I queue up for my drafts.
I was gonna say, what if I get in the 4th draft?
Yeah, you could leave now, but like I got my pick. You're done. Get out of here.
All right. I will head out, but thank you again for having me on. I will catch you later. I'll jump in your chat and I'll be on tonight at 8:00 doing Talking Ball. We'll be doing underdog drafts, but
you're doing 8:00. Oh, I definitely want to rip some of those contests, so I
Yeah.
will absolutely be there.
All
And Big
right.
Draft Energy, you do have the link as well, so you
All
can
right.
pop in
Sounds
whenever.
good. I will catch you
But
guys later. Have a good one.
take care, Steve.
Bye.
Peace. Yeah, that changed because I was expecting it to come out tomorrow, and I'm gonna do the Spoiled Banana Society thing. I got all that set up. I'm gonna do a couple drafts probably tomorrow. The owner, or the co-owner or co-founder of it, I believe, is Rich Boris, and he wanted to come on my stream. Uh, their community supposedly really, really. Hey, that is all good, man. I understand. I've chosen not to go in for overtime this week specifically because of the heat. It is awful out there. I need to fund more of this, but man, man, it sucks out there. It really sucks. Uh, I am I am Lamar Jackson over Josh Allen this year. Um, I what I want is 12% Lamar and 8% or 4% Allen, and then 8% Jaden Daniels. Uh, that's kind of how I want to play it. I wouldn't even mind going 10% Lamar, 5% Allen, and like 8 or 9% or 9 or 10% Jaden Daniels. Like I do like Jaden. I honestly, 100% honest, prefer Jaden Daniels over Josh Allen this year. So, but anyway, we will shout everyone out. We have me at the 1 hole. We got Carl Ramrod at the 2. We got Big Draft Energy at the 5. We got Brought once again already the 25 drafts. This man has a problem. If you need a number to call, let me know. I'll hook you up. He's at the 8. Yeah, time for a small personal loan. I mean, I could. My credit is pretty nuts, so I could get whatever loan I wanted. A loan sharks number? Got it. Yeah, I will give you. Yeah, I can give you a number to call if you need some assistance, sir. Uh, Broadstar Sharp would smash if he gets the chance to be the number. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And honestly, the only reason I take any Zach Charbonnet is for the chance that he gets traded. I don't like him at his ADP. I've kind of stopped taking him altogether in all formats uh, because I actually think that Damian Martinez, I know I'm a big bull on him, and everybody loves Sharps coming out. I did not like Charbonnet coming out. I think I personally like Martinez more than Sharps as a prospect. And I know that is absolute lunacy to most people. I'm probably the idiot. I understand that. You don't have to tell me. I get it. I'm probably a homer. It's totally fine. Uh yeah, what a warrior. He's gonna have this max by tomorrow. Uh yeah, some guy took Dak 14th when I had Lamb. Nice. I'll call the number after I build the perfect team. It'll never happen. I mean, if you build the perfect team, you literally never need to call the number again, right? Like now you have the funds unless you degen all the way down. So I do have a wild degen story. Uh, I was at a casino. Uh, we used to go play poker on Sundays. They had a noon tournament, a weekly noon tournament in St. Louis. I would drive. Me and a buddy would drive 2 hours every Sunday to go play in it. One of us would cash every other week. So like we each cashed at least once a month. We made the tournament champions I'm talking like top 3 cash. Like we basically made the tournament champions almost every week, every month. And we had there was one day we went in, we would get there about an hour early and play like a little bit of Mississippi stud or blackjack or craps or something just for a little bit. Uh, We got there and there was this guy, like, I sat down to play Mississippi Stud. A guy's over there playing roulette, and like he was just completely white in the face, like ghost white. He was sweating. It looked like he'd had the worst day ever. Uh, and hold on a second. I know exactly what I want here. It is Brock Bowers. I want Brock Bowers, Carl Ramrod. That's what I want. I absolutely want Brock Bowers. That is absolutely what I want. You need Brock Bowers. All right. We get Justin Fields, Devon Achane. That is exactly what I wanted there. Full PPR. Achane is an absolute smash. Uh, so back to the story. This dude he's absolutely sweating bullets. I'm like, so I looked at the dealer, and it was just me and the dealer. My buddy was walking away. Like, he was walking towards us. I'd already sat down, and I'm like, is that guy all right? And she like put her head down and shook it. And she's like, that guy's having a really bad morning. I'm like, well, do tell, right? Like, I would like to know why. Inquiring minds wants to know. The dude, the night before, had like he hit craps like to an insane degree. He won three. I think they said $340,000 on craps. He got up $340,000. And the next morning he got up and started playing by himself, and he lost every penny of it. He lost 340 some $1,000 in a morning, on a Sunday morning, after winning it the night before. Like, how sick would you be? How absolutely sick would you be? Like, I've never, like, you could just look at the guy and see something was terribly wrong. So I had to ask about it, and the dealer's like, I cannot believe this. So, like, there you go. There's a horror story for everybody. You're welcome. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it didn't bring back any memories for anybody. Well, like, yeah, like, there's this, like, I wouldn't even be able to win that match because I catch out. So, like, what I do a lot, whenever I get up a decent, like, the few times I got up big, like, I got up $4,000 from a $50 bet, playing roulette one day. Like, I was just hot. So at the end, whenever it was time to leave, me and my buddy, like, I called like 9 in a row, like red blues or red like red blue, red black. Uh, so, and what we would do, we didn't double up every time, but like we basically won, and then we bet what we won, and then we bet the winnings. But then we got up to like $4,000, and at the end, I was like, "Are you ready to go?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna bet half of what we won. Like, I'm gonna cash out the 2,000. I'll put the $2,000 bet down as a final thing because I'm already up. Like, it's free money, it's house money, right? So, like, yes, we lost, but like we both walked out up $2,000. Like, that's how I do it. It's not necessarily cash it. Like, I will cash out at least half. I might play down some more, but yeah, at some point, like, the problem is he did cash out. He had to cash out. He cashed out. He went and slept, came back, and then lost it all. Like, that is so much worse. Yeah, that is absolutely called addiction. The same traits that allow you to run at that high are usually the ones. Yep, absolutely. This is a fact. It sounds like Coolers may have called the line at some point. With wisdom like this. No, like, oh yeah, it's stock trading. Yeah, I could totally see that. Well, like at 100K, like, let's say you won 112K, like, because that last bet hit real big, right? Uh, do you play out the extra 12K? Do you cash out at 100 and then play with the 12? Like I know 12 is a lot for a lot of us. I probably like cash out at like 106 or something. Uh, but I would make one massive bet at the end, like a massive bet for me. But yeah, if you've got to 100K, you're betting some numbers you probably aren't honestly comfortable betting. So like, yeah, come on, Ramrod. You still want Bowers. You want Brock Bowers. Hey, Ramrod, you want Brock Bowers. I think you want Brock Bowers. I know he's gone, but you can figure out a way to take Brock Bowers. Got it. We get Tua. We get the stack. I love this. This is fantastic. Do I want to take Hampton here, or do I want to pull up T Higgins? I think I want to secure the running back and take Hampton. So through 5, we got Lamar, Fields, Achan, Tua, and Hampton. All 3 different bye weeks. We got bye week 7, bye week 9, bye week 12. We have double bye week 12 at running back. That's a little bit of a problem, but not that big of a problem. I like this quite a bit. Brought a I have no shame. I will tell people if it gets me a sub, congratulations to me. And by the way, as talking about that sub goal, we are on a sub goal to 500. Uh, at 500, I will be able to turn super chats on, and that's why it's a true number. But apparently, the blindfold draft was a hit. A lot of people liked it. I did promise that if we hit that before the start of the season, I will run that back during that 12-hour live stream that I'm going to do as the goal. So we will do a 12-hour live stream, and we will do another blindfold draft during that 12 hours, probably near the end. Like actually, it probably needs to be near the beginning, because if I put that thing on whenever I'm 11 hours in, I might just fall asleep. So it's probably going to have to be early in the show. But yeah, at 500 subs, we will do a 12-hour live stream. We'll probably hit multiple different sites. We will run back a blindfold draft. For those of you who did not see it, this last Sunday, I did a draft blindfolded as weekly winners. The guest that I had on earlier, Steve O. Speak, he guided me. He guided my mouse. It was a total disaster. There was a whole bunch of things that went wrong. It was a great time. But and also, if you are new to the channel or you are not new to the channel, but you do not play on Drafters, if you sign up on Drafters, you can use promo code WHO for a 100% deposit match for up to $100. All right, now back to the chat. Yeah, I'll probably make the 12. Yeah, right. You go have a really good day with the 12, like a lot of alcohol, some other things. I blew my online poker bankroll a couple of times and learned it the hard way, but never for that amount. Luckily, my only gambling is Bestball WNBA dailies. Nice. Are you? Yeah, he actually smashes the dailies, if I remember right. Yeah, he does pretty well in them. Good for him. I love this. So that's another thing about drafters. We have a chat. It's not always pleasant streets here in the chat. You got an old "Catch Me Outside" right here by Eric. Eric saying "Catch me outside" to tarantulas. I did the MLB dailies for a bit. NFL picked up too much. Yeah, dailies require commitment. Absolute commitment. Yeah, I don't have that. I only have that commitment to the NFL. So yeah, I really like this start. WNBA doesn't have that many games. I just bought League Pass and watched most of them. Oh, does is the WNBA is it its own League Pass or is it under the NBA one as well? I have no idea. I'm assuming it's its own thing, but I just know that the NBA's is called League Pass. Um, I think I want Worthy here. I think I want Worthy and Flowers actually. I'm not big on DK Metcalf, so we will take Worthy, and we will take. Do we really want Flowers? Yeah, I think we take Flowers. Most of the dailies are 2 to 3 game slates. Got it. Okay, just the WNBA. I know nothing about the WNBA. I don't really watch any basketball myself, so uh, like on NBA, WNBA, college, I just don't. I don't watch much of it. I don't. I only have NFL, the NFL pass thing, the $100 a year to get the red zone and uh, all the preseason games, all that stuff. Like that's all I have. I don't have actual like I have Netflix and some other things, but that's the only source of like TV I have at the moment. But for the most part, I don't even watch anything on any of it anymore. I just listen to stream. Now during best ball summer, I listen to streams and I stream. I purely watch WNBA out of gambling degeneracy. I was there for a while on what was I watching? I can't remember what it was. I mean, I like going to the horse races, to be honest with you. I have a TVG account. I used to bet on Gulfstream all the time. Gulfstream in the middle of the winter. Since I didn't feel like driving around in the ice, I had to feed my gambling degeneracy to some degree. So I went to horse racing, and it was a lot of fun. I had a couple hits, nothing big, but I had a couple hits. Overall, I lost, like we all do. You know, most of us lose for the most part, uh, but we enjoy it. It gives us excitement. What in the world is Tarantulas doing over here, other than tilting Eric? We got CD, got Drake, took Higgins the pick before. I mean, that's at ADP. That's serviceable. Uh, got Caleb. Did he take Rome or something? So yeah, I don't know. I just see the one. I don't see the others. Yeah, he is just smashing the wide receivers. Like he might just be done at wide receiver though. Like he and to be honest, with the team he has built, I mean he's flexing wide receiver or he loses, right? Yeah, so my team is flexing quarterback, absolutely. And then I have two hopefully stud running backs. And I might take another running back. I think I'm going to wait on the rest of the running backs. And I'm going to hope that those two are just really good. And then I'm going to try to make up wide receiver with volume. Uh, I could see Laporta being an okay pick for me if he makes it down here to 96. I think that would. I don't love Laporta, but I think no, I'm not going to take him over some of these guys. If some of these guys are available, I'm not going to take them there. there's a bunch of guys I really like still left. So I will definitely be taking those guys over him. Yeah, he is smashing wide receiver though. George Pickens, wide receiver 5. That feels, or I guess that's only wide receiver 4. Yeah. We got let's see what Broad's doing over here. We got Bijan, Baker, Herbert, Taylor, Darnold, and Evans, Connor, Olave. Yeah, I like that a lot. Big Draft Energy, Jalen Hurts, Brian Thomas, Drake London, Trey McBride, Stafford, Rogers, Metcalf, then Mixon, taking the gamble on Mixon. I don't mind taking the gamble here and there on Mixon. If I wasn't overweight on Mixon and everything, I would probably be doing exactly that. He still needs one more wide receiver. Oh, yeah, you are correct. Because all of the elite receivers have a bye week 10. Like a lot of them do, right? Carl Ramrod, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, AJ Brown, Jacobs. I don't know if Ramrod's here. I know he's part of Big Draft Energy's community, though. All right, wide receivers here. I definitely want Ricky Pearsall and probably Diggs. I do think Addison is also kind of in this mix. I've been taking a ton of Diggs, so I'm actually going to split it up here and take Addison. Get a little unique. Hey, welcome, Carl Ramrod. Thank you for showing up. I knew it. That's why I was taunting you to take Brock Bowers. I figured you had made it. Long-time fan, first-time listener, or first-time caller. Yeah, first-time caller. This is the first time he's been in here. Welcome, sir, to the Who Crew. I generally go live at 4 p.m. Central at the same time that Sleaze does. I will probably do one. Big Draft Energy is going to jump on as long as he doesn't mind you jumping on as well. That would be fine. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. But we were already discussing that. I meant to say something to Sleaze as well. I don't know how many with my package. It looks like I can only have 3 people on my thing. Oh yeah, I was telling everybody that when Superflex came out on Drafters, I was going to do a 4-hour stream, and by that I mean I'm going to do 4 drafts live. Eric is tilted. Eric, sorry for your loss. I'm not sure. Why is he upset about the Egbuka pick? Just because he's taken more receivers? I don't know. All I know is he is definitely upset. I'm all in on Superflex, man. I really do love the Superflex. The reason I'm not doing mains this year is because I want to do Superflexes. I wasn't sure what the price point was. I assumed they would raise the price since they raised the price of the main as well. And honestly, if drafters hadn't raised the price of the main, I wouldn't be completely out. But since they did raise the price of the main, I've done 2. One of them was a free draft from Big Draft Energy when I won one of his spins. And the other one was a free draft from Chess Liam when I won one of his spins. So I've done two drafts in the main. They've both been free drafts. So shout out Big Draft Energy and shout out Chess Liam for the free drafts. Yeah, the ADPs aren't settled yet. As I said in a couple times earlier, it looks like they basically use the exact, like pretty close to the exact ending Superflex rankings from the Underdog app. And the Underdog app has different setup. So the Underdog app has a 1-2-2-1-1-1. So they replace a wide receiver with a super flex. So you only start 2 wide receivers versus 3 wide receivers. And the super flex is replacing that, and you still have your flex. So that makes running back way more important. That's why all these running backs are pushed up in the middle, and the wide receivers have value. So in on this, you have the regular thing, but the flex is just turned in to a super flex spot. So it is a completely different setup. And since the ADPs are mostly stolen from what the exact ADPs that were over on Underdog, because I knew them because I did 150 of the Superflex puppy over there, this is pretty much exactly how it ended. So removing some things like Russell Wilson and Daniel Jones and Tyler Shuck, or this was actually Shuck's exact ranking. And to be honest with you, I will take Tyler Shuck here. Like, if you want Tyler Shuck, you need to take him, because I will absolutely take a 4th quarterback, even with Lamar. Yeah, not having the flex spot is very interesting. Absolutely. I definitely want Shuck. I could just smash Shuck and Shaheed here. I do think Mooney is a clear tier above him, though. So I'm going to go ahead and smash Mooney. Yeah, so my goal is to make sure I flex quarterback every single week. And I took the high capital here at running back. So I'm assuming that I hit running back at these 2 guys start. Yes, I do have double by week 12. So I will need to supplement that. But my wide receivers will be weaker because I waited so long. Hey, what's up, guy?
What's up, big fella?
Hey, you feeling any better?
Oh man, just a fucking hot day. I just need to lay down a little bit.
Dude,
I'm feeling great. I feel like I'm crushing the super flex. I'm not a super flex guy, but I'm fucking sorry. I'm not supposed to curse. I'm not supposed to curse.
It is perfectly fine. But
okay, I'm crushing the super flex. I like this draft.
Yeah, I like it too. My goal is to make sure I flex quarterback every week. We went through at the very beginning of this. I went through a whole bunch of the top 10. Like, if you want, later you can, or I could just kind of go over it again.
I've already done it.
Look through the I just basically look through what flexed every single week over the top 10.
Yeah,
and there's an edge to be had for making sure you get quarterback to flex. I think.
Definitely, but what I noticed is the draft capital spent to get quarterback to flex. A lot of them pushed quarterback. They didn't really go quarterback early. They kind of did what this guy Tarantulas at the 106 is doing. I also love the guy at the 112 is drafted. His lineup is great. That start with getting Mahomes at the 12 does I'm pretty sure Mahomes goes at the this is my first one. But I'm pretty sure he goes at the 107, the 108, 109.
That's about where he goes.
Yeah.
So basically, as soon as Burrow's off the board, it's Mahomes down to Brian Thomas Jr. is all just a mishmash.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I the one thing about this, did I want Shuck? I didn't care that much, but it's a 30 pick drop. So yes, it's a 4th quarterback on a Lamar team with Fields, and I got the Tua Achane stack. But I wasn't targeting that, but a 30 pick discount on a quarterback I believe is going to start the entire season. It's hard to pass up.
Hell yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to multitask right now, do a million things at once.
No, it's all good. Yeah, and not having the regular flex spot is very interesting because in Underdog, they replace a wide receiver spot with the super flex, and in this they replace the flex with a super flex. So it's completely different.
How so?
Because you only start 2 wide receivers on Underdog.
Oh, that makes sense.
that's why these ADPs are so weird, because these ADPs are basically underdogs finishing from the puppy.
Okay.
So like all those they push down wide receiver, and all the running backs are pushed up the board because you wanted to start 3 running backs every single week, right?
Week 14 is going to be rough for me, by the way, just at the running back position. Really rough. Rough. Holy crap. Did you see what I just did there?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. That's what happens when you try to multitask. God bless.
Yeah, I'm gonna, like, from what I'm seeing though, like you kind of want to get a guy in the middle at tight end. Like you need a good tight end. Like that. The one thing in common with all 10 of those teams is they all had somebody that, like, that Brock Bowers, Kittle, McBride, like one of the, and then they hit 2, like 1 or 2 smashes late. So like this ADP could be a lot different this year. But yeah, I really want, okay, Rashad White is fine to take, but I've pushed it enough here that I think I'm just going to maybe keep pushing it. No, I think I take, which one of these guys do I like? Any of them make sense? I think I just take the upside swing on Tootin, actually.
Well, he was in my queue. He was tops of my queue. So
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I got sniped on Trevor Lawrence and Michael Penix, or why I thought I could push them, but neither happened. It wasn't great. Not very happy about that, but c'est la vie.
So as this contest gets more popular, so like basically they took underdog draft like rankings, they pushed up all of the receivers, all of the elite receivers above the middle quarterbacks, because by the end of underdog, Justin Fields was going at 17 every draft. All of these quarterbacks, like Dak would go about where he's going now, but like Fields was going up here, Murray was going there. Drake May was going at like pick 22, 23. So like all of those wide receivers get pushed up, but you need to start 3 wide receivers so they have more value in this as well.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they did that, but they didn't adjust anything past the quarterbacks.
Just looking at like the running back values, there's incredible running back values in this, especially if you get like the right lobby. Obviously, this is not the right lobby because a bunch of people out here are very good. Bratzer says Mixon should be back by week 14 at least. I feel like Mixon's going to play within the first 2-3 weeks, so him falling to the 90, in my opinion, is pretty good. And if we could survive until he gets back, I think we'll be all right. I'm still going to take Mixon if he falls because the upside's tremendous with him. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to protect that with either Nick Chubb or Woody Marks.
Yeah. Do you see this guy, Eric Humphrey? He is very upset at Tarantula because he's taking good players right before him. It's pretty hilarious. Like I may end up regretting the Tyler Shuck pick, but I don't think I will. I think that if I get like 3 weeks out of Tyler Shuck with a flex spot, like I'm fine with that.
But like, what's best possible production you're anticipating from Shuck as like, what's his absolute ceiling and performance in 1 week potentially? And what's going on with Roshan Johnson? I heard you alluding to earlier that the news isn't good. I haven't caught up on anything.
Supposedly, Manungai is looking good, and Roshan's not getting like any talk.
Your guy, my guy, it's Kyle Manungai. Let's fucking go. That's the bet I've been making. I got 0 Rojo.
I have a little Rojo, but not much. And sounds like you need some fantasy. I didn't like Manungai's, like I didn't like his tape a whole lot when I watched it. He was fine. Like he's one of those players I'm like, he is fine. Like he's not bad, he's not great, but he's perfectly fine.
I think he's a tremendous slasher. He hits the hole and he hits the hole hard. and I love that for him. And like I know it's a little bit of a lazy narrative and lazy take, but like I see a more explosive version of what's his face of Isaiah Pacheco, and I know they both went to Rutgers, and that's the tape that I looked at, his Rutgers tape.
Right.
But I see a more explosive version of Pacheco, somebody who hits the holes a little bit harder and has more athleticism and burst. Whereas like Pacheco just runs hard. This guy has a lot of athleticism and burst, and like it may not just pop out in terms of combine like numbers. Holy shit, you've been live for 3.5 hours. You're crazy. Yeah, it's not gonna pop like in combine like numbers, but if you just put on the football tape, he's faster than slow for sure. He's going to be a good one, and I anticipate that he's going to take over sooner rather than later.
I could absolutely see it. All right, so
my guy, Kyle Manangai.
All right, so we are gonna do the thing. We are taking Mason Taylor way before ADP because I love Mason Taylor. And then we are also going to take. We'll just go ahead and hit draft. Which other guy do I want? I think. I mean, I know who I really want. Yeah, we'll take Jonnu.
Jonnu over Strange.
So I think one of the two tight ends in Pittsburgh is going to be the number 2 target.
Sure.
I actually have a lot of Strange, and I do know that like that is a role that's really good. Like I generally take Strange, but I sometimes like for this team specifically for what I'm going to do, I might go four tight ends on this team.
I don't hate that call for you. It just limits your potential at the other positions, right? Like how often do you think you're gonna potentially get one of those tight ends as a potential super flex?
Well,
I don't love that strategy because I know you're good at quarterback for sure.
Yeah, look at this. Like I'm probably not going to have to hit tight end flex, but the team who got first last year had 3 weeks of tight end more than so wide receiver through all of these hit flex at about the exact same rate as tight end.
Okay.
That's what this is. It's just it's a base level thing. I haven't made all of it all the way across.
This is PPR format for what it's worth.
This is the number 1 team. These are the top 10 squads drafted on drafters last year for Superflex.
So this is PPR
and
format.
This number is the number they flexed with, rounded up or down, and then the position that flexed. So I went through all of those teams, looked week by week at what flexed, and this is what happened. So like this team over here spent a whole lot of capital at quarterback, and they hit quarterback flex all through it, but they flexed a way higher number than the other teams in general.
Gotcha. Brock Bowers was a relatively late pick last year as well, and so was Jonnu and Kraft.
Yeah, so like this team had George Kittle, Cade Otton, and Jonnu Smith, which was like the absolute nuts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like most of those teams actually had some version of Gesicki, Otton, and Jonnu Smith mixed with McBride, Kittle, Bowers.
Well, so like since you're the Superflex guy, right? Like I'll admit when I'm out of my depth, Superflex, I'm definitely out of my depth. But I think like I could hold my own, especially in redraft. But Superflex main tournament, when I go with the elite investment of a guy like Trey McBride, for example, like the one I have here on my first lineup, Drafters Fantasy, use promo code WHO to double your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. But yeah, say I go with Trey McBride, how many tight ends should I have in my roster construction?
Based on what that said, it's 3.
Okay.
Like which actually translates over to, but so I don't know if that's full. Like, so number 1, like it was 11,000 people last year. This is 13,000 people. That will change what the nuts is, right? Like that will change what the ceiling you need to hit to win, right? Because with more teams, you're going to have probably more better teams, right?
Makes sense.
So, like, I do think that's why I'm going to try to flex the quarterback a little more.
Yeah.
And I do think that quarterbacks are going to creep up as this goes on. So what I'm doing here is going to be more and more unique as it happens. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they get pushed down. But in all Superflex contests I've seen anywhere, like the first day or two, like the ADPs are completely wild.
Well, the ADPs are definitely fucking broken right now, so I'm here for it.
Well, like Jerome Ford is listed at now, I think. He's lit. Okay, somebody took him early because I was talking about him early.
Who?
Oh, Brought just took him. He just took him as I said it.
Oh, Jerome
But
Ford?
Jerome Ford's ADP is 206. Tank Bigsby's ADP is 164 right now. So yeah, there are some things that are wrong. So like the other thing is you don't need to get as deep at running back because I got A-Chain Hampton. They're the guys. If I'm going to hopefully flex the quarterback because I put the capital in 2 flex quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need to hope that those 2 are the guys. And then all I'm doing is trying to get some supplemental pieces other than that. Because I don't have a flex I need to worry about because my flex is covered with quarterback. Absolutely.
This Eric guy is talking like his team's absolutely spectacular. It's not that great.
Most of the people who chat seem to be like there's 2 types of
It's
people.
all right. It's very balanced, but it's not that great. Like both Puka and Travis Hunter, week 8, Matthew Golden, like it's all right. He's not even going to go with a third or fourth quarterback. If he does, like it's going to be Kirk Cousins.
And if you want, I can go back through the little drafters thing, like with the top 10 teams, a little bit more. It's good. There'll be some new people in here now. If you want me to go through it like real quick after this draft.
Well, whatever's clever, man. I do got a jet in 23 minutes, so
yeah, I figured I'd just do a little quick overview, and then I'll probably log out after this draft. I was planning on doing 3 or 4 of them, but I think I've been live long enough. The goal was to do 4 hours. It'll basically be 4 hours when we're done.
Okay.
So,
well, the link to jump on my show if you're not too tuckered out is in your DM.
I will probably do it. I might not. I don't know. I'm definitely going to grab something to eat.
Yeah, you do what you got to do, buddy.
Walk around for a bit.
You're always welcome. Yeah, do what you got to do.
Are you going to be doing Superflex?
Hell yeah.
Oh, sweet. Well, then I'm in. I am absolutely in.
Honestly, I wasn't a big Superflex fan. Like even last year, I did like 30, 40 drafts in the Superflex tournament, but I wasn't a big Superflex fan. And then you started streaming and I started tuning into your streams and like seeing how much your community just absolutely loves this tournament. It's cool. And I'm glad that, you're part of the drafters team as well. And you're doing some drafters Superflex content. And it's just good for me to mix it up. Like I've done way too many mains. It's good for me to mix up like the different drafts now and do a couple mains off stream and a couple minis off stream. So yeah, man.
Yeah. So like this team, I am a little weak at wide receiver. Like I understand that. But like my goal is to basically, I'm going to flex a quarterback every week. Like when I took Tyler Shuck, that to me should lock up like at least like 13 weeks of quarterback flex. All 4 of my quarterbacks have a different bye week. And you ask about Shuck's upside. I do think I like Kubiak.
Okay.
Wait, he's the one. He's there, right?
No, Clint Kubiak.
He moved.
Coordinator in Seattle.
Yeah, he moved.
It's Kellen Moore.
Yeah, it's Kellen Moore. That's right. Yeah. Who I also like. Yeah, I knew I had that mixed up. As soon as I said, I'm like, no, that ain't right. It just slipped my mind for a second.
It's fine. Shit happens.
Kellen Moore's fine. Like, I'm actually pretty in on Rashid Shaheed. And for spike weeks. And Tyler Shuck has a little bit of rushing upside too that people kind of forget.
Here's my issue with Shuck. I think he's a talented quarterback. I have issues with some of like sometimes he goes like full dumbass. I almost got canceled.
Yes.
Sometimes he goes full dumbass, and he just does like the most bizarre, peculiar plays, like borderline Will Levis, where there's moments and glimpses of genius, and then they just take the dumbest, sort of risks and give the ball away, and it's just there's no longevity behind that, and I think eventually that leads to getting benched. So hopefully that's not the case with Shuck, but like I feel like he's this year's Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, so this is the way I look at it. Fields definitely has injury risk, right? Like he's never finished a season. But he absolutely could give me 4 weeks of 28 points.
So then why not take Tyrod Taylor?
I mean, I would have if Shuck wasn't there 30 picks past ADP.
Okay.
Like the goal was not to take Shuck. That was not the goal. But I do think that you need to like be out of your comfort zone to do these things, and understanding that like you don't have an actual flex spot should allow you to build differently. Because you only like if I do this, which is wild, and I'm not saying I'm going to do this often, but when I do this, I can just rely that I only need 2 running backs to start every week. I only need 3 wide receivers, and I only need 1 tight end to do something, right? Because if I've already lost if quarterback's not flexing, right? So I can just rely that I only need that, and if it doesn't work, like I just secure some floor here at these positions for the end of the game, and that's why I took players like Worthy, Pearsall, and Addison who have gigantic ceilings at wide receiver.
By the way, Carl Ramrod, I know you're listening. That Devonta Smith snipe broke my heart, brother. You didn't need to do that to me, but you did, and I'm very very sad about that.
Smith was actually the player I was going to take if I didn't stack up Flowers. So I think I'm going to take. I probably need a. Should I? I probably needed another running back here. I don't like anybody though. I definitely.
I hate my running back room, but aside from that, it's a good draft. I hate my running back room with a passion.
I don't like my running back room for week
12.
Yeah, week 12.
Yeah,
I think. Who was I looking at?
Elijah Mitchell gone.
Oh, Jermaine Burton even went. I will probably just take Ollie, actually.
Another week 12?
Yeah, probably not. We'll take Devin Singletary.
Oh.
So this is a wild theory. I've never taken Devin Singletary this year.
Yeah.
What if the Mixon thing is bad and D'Amico Ryans calls and trades for Devin Singletary?
Hey, that's
Somebody,
good thinking.
Jacob Sanderson mentioned that today, and like, do I want him on my team? Never. Like I wanted Gordon there, but yeah, the week 12. You said week 12. Yep, nope, you're right.
But what about Dameon Pierce?
I don't know. Like I just took somebody at random, to be honest with you. It wasn't a good pick. Like, to be 100% honest.
Was Elijah Mitchell already gone?
Probably.
I don't see him gone.
213.
Oh, okay. He went early. Wow.
Yeah, all the running backs.
Hendon Hooker click here. I like that, man. That's a great click.
Yeah, so what I generally do is I take 3 quarterbacks by like round 6.
Yeah.
And then I tack on a random guy who's a backup with one of the stars I have. So
Makes sense.
We took CD Lamb over here in our first draft, and I took Joe Milton with the last pick.
I love that for you.
And then there's a couple other picks that I just like as last round picks. Malik Willis is awesome. Marcus Mariota on any team, and Tyrod Taylor on any team are fantastic picks.
Who's the backup for Zach Wilson? Zach Wilson would be pretty ideal, especially with all the injury history that we've seen to a ton.
Yeah, I've actually done that. I did that a lot on Underdog when I took 2. Okay. I took Zach Wilson. But like with this team specifically, like I didn't really need to worry about that. Because I got the value there. And I don't know if that was the right call. I might have should have maybe I should have let that slide and taken Dobbins, but that would have just made my bye week 12 even worse.
Yeah,
So,
it's a dart. It's fine.
but like yeah. So I'll go through this kind of again real quick. For those of you who didn't catch the beginning of this, and Shuck is actually Alex Smith already because he was used to make unforced errors. Nice. Yeah, I could see something like that because he has a little running upside. He's not got an elite arm, but he's got a solid arm. But I like some of the weapons there. They did upgrade the offensive line, so that is something I like. I don't think they're going to be a good team, but it's a quarterback that's most, in my opinion, is going to start almost the whole season. Like I should like even if he's flexing for like 14 points. Like if you look here, the person who got first last year flex quarterback 7 times and running back 6, wide receiver 1, tight ends 3. They had a 15 point, a 13 point, a 13 point, a 13 point, or a 15, 13, 13, 18. So those are pretty low numbers for your flex, and those are quarterbacks. He only had Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes. But he hit on a lot of other things. And like the weird thing is like, so the last 2 weeks he hit really high quarterback numbers, but his biggest flex weeks was 25 from a tight end, 20 from a tight end. That's wild, isn't it?
It's good to see that like you've charted everything and like breaking it down and looking at what you're
yeah. I mean,
sharing with us is pretty cool.
This is surface level because like there's also like, well, how much was the 3 wide receivers that started? Like, did wide receiver like because wide receiver 3 was probably 22 points or something on most of those weeks, and then the last wide receiver was just nothing, or like a couple points underneath. So like the replacement level points, like that week he could have had another wide receiver at 19 points, but the 20 started, right?
Exactly.
So like this is a surface level thing. I took like 45 minutes into this today.
Well, it's still good work. Like it makes you look at like the intricacies of
yes, yeah, and
of Superflex, which is something that I'm not into.
Yeah, so second had 3 quarterbacks and oddly had almost the exact same setup. The interesting thing is that wide receiver flexed the least across almost every team. In all the builds, even the 1 or 2 that had a heavy wide receiver. So in this one, a 3 quarterback team, he had only one, and he had 2 tight ends again. He also went heavy quarterback as well. So he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 weeks. He had 0 flexes at running back. It basically shows you all builds can work as long as you do something. And the one thing that stood out as an absolute fact, looking through all these teams and going through it week by week, is the same thing that we say every year, and it's true in all formats, and it's hits matter more than misses. Your hits matter more than the miss. Like your Jamar Chase mattered more than your Zach Moss.
It was no, I definitely was not a Zach Moss guy. I was
or not a Zach Moss. I meant
Zach Moss was by
Zamir White.
Yeah, Zamir White for sure.
That's what I meant. I got it mixed up. Bayou was all Zach Moss.
Yeah, Bayou was definitely the Zach Moss guy.
Yeah. So like your Jamar Chase hit mattered way more than your miss on Zamir White.
Hell yeah, it did.
So like that is one thing that is an absolute fact. So like you do need some structure, but the hit still matters more than the miss.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And looking through this, I kind of got that. I talked through it all with Steve. We talked through it, and we went through my team for like 20 minutes. So there's that. I'll go through your team real quick, and then you can jump out. I will probably head out and go through my team, and then I'll head over. I'll be on in probably 15 minutes.
No rush, brother. You take your time.
And drop your link in the private chat so I can copy it as well.
Okay.
Big Draft Energy has a 4763, which is my favorite Superflex build, to be honest with you.
Good to know.
And underdog it was because you needed to, like, I feel like you had to flex your flex at running back. So it might be different here. I think over here it's going to be 4673 instead of this because you do have to start 3 wide receivers.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So Jalen Hurts, Matt Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, Jackson Dart. I absolutely love this context. The 173rd
you don't
on
have
Jackson
it on your screen,
Dart.
by the way.
I do not. Yeah, Jackson Dart 173. So another thing about this, since they kind of copied the rankings over, Jackson Dart may not start until the end of the season.
Yeah.
So he should be much, much less owned or much, much lower here. So it makes sense that he fell to 173. But I still like the pick. Yeah, that's really solid. You take some risk at running back. Joe Mixon, RB1. Scatterboo Tracy, love securing the room. You got Stevenson, Jaden Blue, Braylon Allen, Miles Sanders. This can absolutely work as long as you can suffice till Mixon's there.
Yeah.
I think that you can easily find 2 guys every week.
Don't lie to me in front of your audience. This is a terrible running back room. But there's a world. It's just not a real one.
Yeah. For a 0 RB team, this could work. It's also full PPR, and Scatterboo and Tracy both have gigantic PPR ceilings, and so does Jaden Blue.
Yeah.
And you handcuffed the Miles Sanders, which I missed, but I do like. Wide receivers: Brian Thomas, Drake London, Metcalf, Debo, Best, Slayton. I would have liked to seen just one more receiver there, most likely.
I was going to go with 2 tight ends, but you told me to take 3.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have taken Fedone, but I love getting your guys. Like, I'm going to mix in some Damian Martinez in this contest. I promise.
I like that.
I almost did it there. That's who I thought about taking. Brian, but you are golden for your top 2, and you just need one other guy every week. Like, and then you're just hoping something lucky happens at some position every week, probably quarterback, to hit your flex. I would have added one more wide receiver. I probably would have flipped one of the running backs into a wide receiver, but it honestly, it makes total sense. You're relying on Trey McBride, hoping that Harold Fannin starts earlier than most think, but he doesn't need to start till week 8 or play till week 8. So I don't mind it. I think it's like a B for your
I
first.
didn't even realize I had so much Giants correlations. Kind of gross, but hopefully the Giants
you
all expectations.
Crushed the Giants.
Yeah, I
you
didn't
got
realize
1, 2, 3, 4 with Dart, like, which makes the Dart pick even better at 173. Because if he does end up starting like by week 9, like, you get half the season with him.
Yeah,
and that's awesome.
And that's the bet I am making on Jackson Dart. I do believe that he's not going to start the first 5 to 8 weeks, but after that, it's wheels up.
All right, we got a 4673 by me. Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, Tua, and Chuck. A lot of capital here, so I will be weaker everywhere else. We got Achan, Hampton, Rashad White, because I need somebody to guarantee me some points in week 12 because we're not sure Bashal Tootin, Rashard Smith, and Singletary will give me any. I could lose this whole thing on week 12, but like I do like this room a lot, assuming that one of these guys does, like Tootin or Smith does something. I really, really like this team or this running back room. Wide receivers: Xavier Worthy, Zay Flowers, Pearsall, Addison, Mooney, and then Lockett and Scantling just to kind of get me through. Mason Taylor, Jonnu, Jawan Johnson, just to kind of ping pong weeks. What do you think?
Thank you, baby. I like Xavier Worthy on any and every team, and I love his value in this tournament. But I feel like Addison and Darnell Mooney, like with Addison potentially suspended and with Mooney potentially banged up with no definitive timetable on return.
That changed today, by the way. Mooney 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, but even then, like it's Ricky Pearsall and Zay Flowers, right? Zay Flowers, I think, got a bump today with the Isaiah Likely news. And I don't mind that you reached a little bit to get him here. So I think Zay Flowers will be solid, but it's like that third wide receiver spot it's tough to see Ricky
Yes.
Persall coming off that soft tissue issue, and that was unintentionally rhyming, but it did. Jordan Addison, Darnell Mooney. There's like 3 guys that are like heavy risk, and it's like
Yes.
in my opinion, I feel like you need a glue piece in between there, and none of them are your glue piece to start off the season, but it's more indicative on how you finish it. I do believe you have great upside pretty much everywhere else. Just tight end room's a little soft, but if
It
it
is.
hits, if it hits the way some of those late tight end rooms hit last year, then you're laughing, right? Mason Taylor
Right. And
could
I got
potentially be the wide receiver 2 for the New York Jets.
and I sacked 2 of them. Yeah, like I do agree, and that's the whole reason I took Tyler Lockett here, is to get me through the first couple weeks.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like I don't like him for the whole season, but I do think the first 5-6 weeks he'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So I do agree that this is thin, but I took gigantic spike week guys because I didn't take one till the 6th round.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like,
I took a risky path on purpose, and
it's
I
nice.
totally understand that.
It's nice because the last 2 or 3 streams I've seen you do, like Xavier Worthy's been in a couple of your lineups. This makes me happy for you. Hopefully his injury isn't as bad as what
He
likely situation is, but
he
I
went
think
back to practice afterwards.
Yeah, so that's fine. Xavier Worthy's going to be a league winner, guys. His floor is top 10 in PPR format.
I missed likely what happened.
He went up for a jump ball, landed on his ankle. He's going to be out for 3 weeks, and they're going to undergo MRIs. It doesn't look like it's terrible. It also doesn't look like it's great. For what it's worth, I feel like everybody who had an injury today, and there was a lot of injury news, everybody survived.
Yeah. I think I just took him in one of my $100 drafts. No, I did not. Good. I thought I did in one of my slows. But hey, thank you for coming on. Go set up your stuff. I will finish up here and I will head over there here in a little bit.
All right, buddy. See ya.
Yep. Peace. Hey, but yeah, what's up, Steve? We are probably heading over to Big Draft Energy channel. I want to thank everybody who came out. We have 16 currently watching, 30 liked. If all of you could follow me over here and type in hashtag Who Crew whenever you get there, I would appreciate it. Tomorrow, I will be live at my normal time, 4 p.m. Central. I will be doing Banana Best Ball, most likely, assuming that Boris is able to come in. He said he was going to. So, peace, everybody. I will see you there. I will also see you in the draft streets here in just a few minutes. Peace.